This program and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network. You are watching the Indiana Sports Network Game of the Week.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
And welcome to Westfield High School for this afternoon's St. Mary of the Woods game against Quincy. So Quincy will come in. They have a 3-1 record. St. Mary of the Woods 3-1. This is a huge game. My partner, Troy Welton, I'm Herb King. We'll bring you all the action here this afternoon. But this is a big ball game for St. Mary of the Woods.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Of course, the heartbreaker at homecoming last time they were here, losing to Bellarmine. And, Quincy comes in with a pretty good defense, so it'll be interesting to see how the Pomeroys attack it.
Well, I'm talking to Coach Powell earlier, right before the game. He's talking about Quincy defensively. They run it's called an umbrella, cover 4 over the top. They try to keep things in front of them. They've done a good job at making other teams make the mistakes. Offensively, it looks like they should dominate, but at certain points they just don't finish drives. So St. Mary of the Woods is up for a pretty battle-tested group for their first year. I mean, you're talking about new teams, St. Mary of the Woods in their second season, Quincy in their first, and we're talking about two teams that are going to have to really do the job today to secure an opportunity to come forward for them in playoffs.
Yeah, and this is two of the better teams so far this season. Quincy's got a pretty tough schedule here to finish out. Tough one today. They play Oakland City next week. They're not having a real good year, but then they finish with Bellarmine. So big 3-week stretch here for the Hawks, and we'll see what they can do against the Pomeroys.
And Bellarmine plays another team with a 3-1 record besides Quincy. So, you never know what's going to happen right down the stretch here as both of these teams are vying for that tournament position and see if somebody can host what's going on. And that's effectively what this ball game means for St. Mary of the Woods. Are they going to be able to play well enough to win and have that potential to host in the tournament? And when we say tournament, again, it's for conference tournament. It's not for a national style tournament, but it is something that St. Mary of the Woods won last year. Even though they came in with a loss, they avenged that loss in the championship and to Calumet. And when you're talking about those teams, you never know what's going to happen.
No, you don't at all. And these next 2 or 3 weeks are going to be super fun to see how this all shakes out, because there's a lot up in the air still. And St. Mary's, they've pretty much destroyed everybody they've played except for Bellarmine.
Well, they could have done that last week. They had some issues, a couple penalties early on that allowed Bellarmine to stay in the ball game, and then they had the ball at the 1-yard line and fumbled it in the first overtime with a chance to win it because they had held them out defensively. Again, St. Mary of the Woods is going to be that team that everybody's going to be shooting for simply because they were the best team in the tournament this last year, and they're having a good season. We'll see what happens this afternoon. The Pomeroys taking on the Hawks of Quincy here on Indiana Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
Laser engraving at its finest by Fearless Designs is now available. Cups, bats, gloves, license plates, and almost anything you desire can now be a laser engraved gift for your family and friends or a promotional item for your company. Stay on the unique cutting edge of technology. Call, text, or email Fearless Designs. You'll be glad you did.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football with Blaine Powell, Coach. You've got a tough game this week. You're both 3-1. Quincy's coming in. They're hungry. You're hungry. It's going to be a nice day like today, high 60s, a lot of wind. What do you expect?
I mean, I expect it to be, another good game. We're very, we match up with them really well. They match up with us really well. So, it's just going to be a matter of who takes care of business.
Okay, and looking at their record and their stats, they're running like 4.5 yards to every one they run. They're going 4.5 through the air. Last week they changed that, and there was only 1 yard difference between running and passing. Are they predictable?
I mean, I think when you really dig into it, I mean, overall they're 52% pass, 48% run throughout the whole year, but then when you dig into their formations, when they go 10 personnel spread stuff, they're going to throw it, and when they bring a tight end in, you can look for a little more run heavy. It's about 65-35. So we have to be able to match that personnel, and I think we've really done a good job these 2 weeks of preparing for that. And we had our best practice we've had in a long time yesterday, especially on defense. So our guys are recognizing things and getting the right defenses, and it makes me feel good about where we're at just because we're prepared.
Did you have to get their attention? I mean, you came in the last game, you came in undefeated. You had a very good season last year. You won the league championship, and it was like maybe the guys have been reading their own press clippings too much.
I mean, you mentioned that to them. It's I think the old saying is what winning will make a fool out of many a smart man. And I think that's what I wouldn't say it really happened to us, because I felt like we played well enough to win. We just made some me mistakes, things that we hurt ourselves with bad penalties. Those me penalties, those 15-yarders, you can't have them.
That's the thing I was looking at, because you had some, which is unusual for your team. You had some unsportsmanlike conduct, and then you had several, I think it was 3 or 4 offsides, just not lining up right. It was like, okay, and it all happened in the second half.
Yeah, and we gave them short fields, but the thing I look at is our kids didn't quit. I mean, they kept coming. I mean, when we got down, we got down 12, that we could have packed it in and said, well, we're not going to win this one, but they dealt with the adversity. They kept coming back, and we were a yard away from winning that game, and it wasn't meant to be. And but the kids have really handled it well, and I think it's a lesson. You got to learn to deal with adversity and keep your cool and be smart. And we've talked a lot about that. And we do have a young team. I mean, we have 45 new players this year, but it's also a good opportunity for the older kids to step up and be leaders and say, no, we're not doing those things.
Well, that's where I wanted to go with this. Did you use it as a teaching method? And obviously you did.
Yeah,
you used
sure.
it.
Yeah, the long story is, yeah.
Okay, how's the health of your team?
Good. We actually have a couple guys coming back from injury. Armand Naderford will be able to play this week. We're really looking forward to that. He's a good offensive lineman from Texas. And, he probably won't start, but we'll give him a shot in there and get him some work. But other than that, we'll be ready to go.
Anything new?
Oh, we got all kinds of things new, but, we'll have to wait.
Nothing you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, once again, championship football right here at St. Mary of the Woods. All the action next on the Indiana Sports Network. Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to West Vigo High School. That's where the home of St. Mary of the Woods football is at the present time. I know they're talking about facility enhancement and trying to do some more things. They've done a great job of that. St. Mary of the Woods has grown tremendously since they started their sports program. The campus is on fire with a lot of people really growing, almost doubling the size of the student enrollment in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when you're putting it doesn't hurt when you're putting a winning product on the field either. But yeah, you hear a lot more in the local media and everything about St. Mary's. It seems like, I know when I was a kid, you didn't really think about them that much, but now you're hearing about them every week, and it's an exciting time over here on the west side.
And we want to remind you, basketball season's approaching, and St. Mary the Woods is going to actually have their season opener against Division I Indiana State at the Holman Center. It's going to be a great opportunity for the young people at St. Mary the Woods to really show their spirit and what's going on. I know they back their teams very well. The volleyball team's been great for years, but there's all kinds of softball as well. But you're seeing a huge transformation at St. Mary the Woods, and sprint football is part of that. Quincy, on the other hand, has a regular football team. When I say that, they actually beat Indiana State about 10 years ago in a pay-for-play game. But you've also seen another team come into the MSFL. That's the Midwest Sprint Football League, and that's Walsh University. So those two teams are very similar in background with the schools they have. Both of them have had, division football teams, and now they're picking up sprint football. We'll pause for a moment. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
When you're buying a car, getting a mortgage for your dream home, taking out a personal loan, or growing your small business, you know exactly what you need. At Crane Credit Union, our personal banking experience can help you get there. We are here to make your life easier so you can focus on what really matters. Visit cranecu.org to see how we can help you reach your goals. Crane Cares, Crane Credit Union, committed to investing in you and your community.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
St. Mary the Woods Sprint Football with Blaine Powell, coach. You've got a tough game this week. You both.
And the captains are marching out to the center of the field. They'll have an opportunity for that coin toss. And we'll see this one live.
Got a beautiful day here, Coach.
Beautiful day. We're going to also tell you the jerseys for Quincy are very difficult to see up in the press box. You'll be able to see them quite well because they'll show up on that. We'll have to actually look at our monitor more and more today just to make sure that we get the right numbers and the right personnel.
Yeah, we'll try not to mix up too many names as we're going along, but no, it's been pretty breezy this morning, so we'll see how that affects things. It's we see some paper flying high above the field right now, so we'll see if that affects the kicking game or possibly even the passing game a little bit.
I've seen the kickers when they're warming up, sometimes they're just pounding it through. I mean, you can just see it goes real easy, and then all of a sudden, boom, it hits the wind and the wall of wind and just dies. right away. So I saw punts going 45, 50 yards, and I saw one, and it looked like it was shanked, but it wasn't. It was just the wind, and it took it about 20, went straight up and straight down. So the wind will be a factor, and coaches may have to coach with the wind in the second half, as it will get windier as the game goes along.
Yeah, other than that, a beautiful sunny day. You know, the leaves are starting to turn. It's perfect football weather, and, you know, we had sectional start in high school last night, and then got some Pomeroy football for you here this afternoon on the Indiana Sports Network.
Connor McLaughlin is the head coach of the Quincy Hawks. As we'll see what's going on. They'll get everybody out here and get this one started. And for St. Mary the Woods, head coach is Blaine Powell, again in his second year, and the second year for the MSFL, as they'll continue to add teams throughout this time. I see a lot of different schools probably doing this, and the reason why is because the athletes, of course, have to be under that 180 pound. They say 178, but there's some different rules that allow young men to play at certain weights, but they have to hit a weight limit. So when you walk in, and you know, I'm a football coach. When I walk by and I'm walking by the lineman, I'm looking down, like really down. And these guys they're small, they're compact, but they're very powerful. The kind of guys they're recruiting, guys that are weightlifters and wrestlers. So if you know somebody that's that smaller weightlifter or wrestler, this allows them to play collegiately, allow them to have some money put in their educational bank. And all these teams in the MSFL are excited about the opportunities to bring new types of students into their campus, and St. Mary the Woods has seen that happen quite well the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I think this is a trend that's catching on. It's very competitive, and it's really fun for us to come out and call these things for everyone. But no, it's kind of heard Tony, our producer, talking about more and more schools getting involved in this, so it's exciting.
And I think it'll pick up nationwide. It's been going on for about 35, 40 years, but it's mainly on the East Coast with Army and several of the other, and I'm going to say schools out on the East Coast. But the Midwest has really taken a leap with this, and people got it together. Again, St. Mary the Woods, Bellarmine, Calumet College of St. Joe, Font Bonnie, Midway, Oakland City, Quincy, and Walsh make up the Midwest Sprint Football League. The whistle's been blown, and here comes the kickoff to start the ball game. St. Mary the Woods. No, pulled down at about the 30-yard line. A great return that time for St. Mary the Woods, and that's Darren Hazard, a local product from the Riverton Park High School, makes that huge return, and St. Mary the Woods is in business.
Yeah, they're ready to strike early. You can't start any better than that. Great field position for the Pomeroys, as one of, I think, 24 Wabash Valley kids on this roster, and that makes it a little more special when one of our own brings it back.
Well, I saw him run when he was in high school, and he did the same kind of thing. A real decent speed, real solid athlete. He also plays receiver here for St. Mary the Woods. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Toski, the quarterback, he'll hand it on the inside, running down and picking up about 4. They'll make it 4 yards. And again, St. Mary the Woods is going to run that ball. Patrick Perea with the carry.
Yeah, they've got about 3 or 4 guys back there that can really pound it. They're averaging over 200 yards on the ground per game. It's going to be a tough task for the Hawks today to stop them.
Play is signaled in. They use a card system. Toski claps his hands, hands it off to Perea. He'll pick up another 3, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
Just a methodical start here for the Pomeroys, pounding it right up the middle. See what this Quincy line is made of, and so far pretty successful here.
Keandre Jones checks into the lineup. He'll be the running back along with Toski at the quarterback position. Again, keeping that closed trips formation. They'll fake the quick snap. Everybody resets with the number. Jones now to the left side of Toski. They'll move the tight end over and look like they could go to the right side, and they do. They pull it out, buck sweep to the right. And Jones off the right side. He's down inside to 5, and he's out of bounds, close to that touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pomeroys. They say stepped out first at the 7-yard line.
And Keandre Jones, one of those short, shifty little running backs they have with a ton of speed, gets to the outside and beats the defense on that one.
Tell you what, the line did a good job, but those 2 pulling linemen coming over the top, running that buck sweep, and it gave him some opportunity. Again, 3 receivers here to the bottom of the screen. Keeping it on the ground has been, and here's Jones again. He'll go down inside, down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. Kicks it up and it's good. It's 7-0. Pomeroys will take this break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
And St. Mary of the Woods will tee it off. And let's see if we can move this thing back to the 35, fellas. So defensively, the player that was injured was Jaquez Hicks. And hopefully he'll see himself back on the field. They're tending to him now, and wouldn't be surprised if he comes back.
You know, when we heard Coach Powell in his interview with Tony beforehand talking about penalties kind of hurting the Pomeroys last game, that's a problem for Quincy too. They're one of the more penalized teams in the league, so it's not only how many you get, but at what point in the game are you getting them?
Well, those big plays, they can bring them back touchdowns and everything else. Here comes the kickoff. Down, picked up at about the 20. Moved over to the middle. They're trying to get it to the wall, and he could get there and just about did. They're going to end up with a penalty flag on the play. So we'll hold it right here and see what that is. More than likely where it is, it's a hold or blocking the back. And if they get that one, they'll move it back. It is a holding call against Quincy. They'll move it back 10 yards from that spot. And since he went down behind, they'll move it back. And we'll see the umpire mark that one off. And they'll say it started at the 30. 34 back to the 24. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They're going to line up in a 3-receiver set to the bottom of your screen and a wide out on the left side. They throw the ball quite well. And again, about 50% pass to run. They'll hand it off inside, wrap that guy around. Nice sub tackle there. And a really nice job that time. Looked like Petrillo on the stop.
Yeah, that was a good, nice tackle there. After just a couple yard game, as you mentioned, they can run it, they can throw it pretty effectively. So never really know what's coming with the Hawks.
3-3 front, fake it, quarterback draw. Do they get him? They got him. No, they didn't. That was a really nice break on that tackle and a good effort for Quincy as their quarterback and Deuce Alloway pretty elusive on that one.
He got away from the first man, but Pomeroy is able to rally up there and get him for a short game, bring up a quick 3rd down. Looks like about 7 to go. Well, maybe 3 to go.
You got your backward vision on
today.
Yeah,
we'll flip these contacts to the right eyes here.
Roll out by Deuce. He's got a pass, and it's caught. They're saying it is caught. He will be very close to a 1st down. And I think he's short. Will they go for it? It's in a position they possibly could, only because they don't want to be down on this one. 4th and less than a yard. They could bring the house here. They're trying to get the Pomeroys to jump off sides. They're not baiting on it right now. They did that in their last ball game. Now they're going to run press and bring the house. Everybody's looking, and they brought it, and they got him behind the line. 4th down stop, Pomeroys. They end up with the football and stop the drive.
And they're going to be starting right where they started their first drive, right about the 35-yard line. That could be a big mistake by Quincy there early in this one.
What a tremendous play by the Pomeroys. They were prepared for it. They really pinched it in there, and and Quincy got nothing out of that. Matter of fact, lost about 2 yards on the exchange.
Yeah, there wasn't any hope on that one. And now we'll see if they can come back and hit them quick and get up 2 scores really early in this one.
St. Mary the Woods with trips now the other direction. They're going to hand it. Nope, he kept it. Toski on the outside. He just gets back close to the line of scrimmage. They're going to say it's a fumble. They blew the whistle. Was it a fumble? They're going to say no. And boy, that was a tough one. Toski almost coughed it up. This one they're going to say lost 2 yards. 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
It's Nicholas Hoffman, good pursuit, chasing Toski down, and came out with the ball, but not before he hit the ground. So.
Well, both these teams have played really good defense, now running around trying to get the formation down. We have an open trips, 3 at the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Motion across, they fake, come back, nice play up the middle. Here comes the running back, he's down the left side. He could go. Touchdown, Pomeroys. And who else this time? It's number 23, Darren Hazard. Hazard on that play, and a great fake in the backfield by Toski, and immediately the Pomeroys get it in the end zone.
Yeah, pretty much the whole Hawk defense bit on the fake, and off goes Hazard for a 2nd score of the day. And boy, you think that loss a couple weeks ago left a bad taste in St. Mary's mouth. They're out to prove something.
And again, Drake Barnes on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Punched it through. It's 14-0. St. Mary the Woods when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles! For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. Oh, that's gross.
Well, it appeared the play, and as I'm watching that play, as it kind of put itself in there, Hazard made a great back cut, found an open seam, and took off.
Yeah, and once he takes off, he's got the speed. Not many are going to catch him. So what a great start, though, for St. Mary's today.
Well, again, it's 14-0. St. Mary the Woods over Quincy here in the first period with 10:07 left to go. That's early in this one. A lot of points, and Quincy has not left a lot of points this one. Great kick, got it down inside the 10. It bounces, and they got a chance to corral him in. And they do. They get him corralled right about the 20-yard line. Great play, and Quincy with the football.
It's going to be really important for Quincy to put together a drive here, not only to slow the momentum of St. Mary of the Woods, but they got to flip this field a little bit. They've given St. Mary's 2 short fields and leaving themselves with 80 yards to go each time.
Well, the first one was because of a penalty where they got him in trouble, but they also went for it on 4th down, which really hurt him because they didn't even come close to getting it. Lost a couple yards on a 4th down play run right up the middle. And here comes the Hawks. 14-0 Pomeroys. They're going to give it the quarterback again, and Deuce gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him 2 yards on the actual run. Deuce Alloway with that run.
I think Quincy's going to have to put this thing in the air soon because the linebackers are just selling out on run right now, and there's not much to be had, especially up the middle.
Well, one of the things you'll notice is the Pomeroy secondary is pretty, when I say this, pretty good. They've got some excellent players playing. Again, 3-2. They're going to hand it off inside. He's got some space. He gets down the sideline, and there he goes. Over the left side, he runs out of bounds, close to midfield. But there are bunches of flags back there. The laundry is out right at about the 28-yard line.
And this could be one of those plays you were talking about, those big plays that get brought back.
It is a holding call as his preliminary signal, and they'll get this one going. Hold will go against Quincy.
Yeah, they average almost 100 yards per game in penalties, and this one hurts.
Well, they wrapped up the defensive end, had two arms around him. I didn't know if they would call it. Sometimes they don't in this one, but if he makes the move to get around and try to get loose, the flags will fly, and it did on that one. Second now and about 14. Second down, 14. Quincy with the football, and the Pomeroys showing blitz. They'll try to throw the ball down the middle. They got a man going, and he could go. What a run down the middle of the field. They're tracking him down, and they got him before he scores, but that football's down close to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 11, now 12-yard line.
That was receiver Camden Pye, just a simple little slant route, but he beat everybody, and a huge gain for the Hawks, and this was that momentum shift we were talking about they were looking for.
Camden Pye with the reception, and it's a big one. Puts Quincy in the red zone. In scoring position, and they're in a shotgunned I. An H-back inside, looking to run some counters, and they're going to have a delay of game penalty. And see, one of the odd parts about football, when we went to the 40-second clock, the long runs, the long passes, it takes a lot of time for everybody to get set up, and you only have 40 seconds, so that play has to be in, like, as they're running, you have to get the quarterback the play quickly, get things going. Just didn't happen for Quincy that time, cost him 5 yards.
Foot here early in this one with the allowing the huge kick return to get things going. Now all these penalties are stacking up.
And here it comes. Quincy. They're set. They brought him inside. Good pressure. And they could sack him, and they get him down. Huge sack, and that puts him back almost out of field goal range. Fourth down. The ball is going to rest at the 20-yard line, and they're going to bring it in, try to kick it. Good distance. They're going to say it's at the 17-yard line. So the ball will be placed at the 25. That'll be a 35-yard attempt. 35-yard attempt.
Caden Kamen in there to attempt it. Just a freshman.
Pounds it up, has the distance, but misses it to the right side. And we have a penalty flag, and there's the flag, and that could cost them the entire thing. That's the personal foul. That's the first down. So you don't have to worry about the actual kick on this one, but St. Mary of the Woods is going to have and give Quincy another first down opportunity.
You know, and that kind of equals out all those penalties Quincy had, because that one really hurts.
Yeah.
As it takes not only the missed field goal off the board, now you've given them a first down. Pretty close punching it in here.
Bring up half the distance to the goal off the 15-yard penalty and a fresh set of downs. Remember, they hit a nice quick slant on the, and I'm going to say the inside guy, and they're looking at more of a passing formation now. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top. Pressure defense for St. Mary of the Woods. Quick screen out to the outside. He's got some space. He gets down to the 2. Nice play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2.
That's Nasir Carson, number 1. Able to take that one down to pretty close to the goal line here, and that St. Mary's defense in a world of hurt after that penalty.
They're going to have to dial up a pretty good blitz to see if they can keep the running back out as well. Or the quarterback, who's done a nice job in running the football, in Deuce Alloway. Alloway will set back to take the snap. He does. He'll hand it inside, and they're in the end zone. Touchdown, Quincy. So Quincy scores, and again, another 15-yard penalty for St. Mary the Woods cost them. It did last. The last time we broadcasted here, again, in a big ball game. And this one, it cost them as well. So 6 points on the board for Quincy, and they'll line up for the extra point.
That was C.J. Jackson that took that one into the end zone for the Hawks, gets them on the board, and slows the St. Mary's onslaught we were seeing early on.
5:24, almost gets that one. They're going to call a penalty. It could be an offside call. And if it is, Quincy will have an opportunity. They could also set it back. It is an encroachment offsides against the Pomeroys, and they're going to refuse the penalty, take the points, and it is 14-7 when we return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people
in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
Today.
So another opportunity for Quincy was given off of the 15-yard roughing in the kicker penalty off of a field goal that Quincy missed. And St. Mary the Woods could have had 0 on the board for Quincy, but instead the Hawks rebound and put it in the end zone, and a really decent drive at that point.
Yeah, and it's funny, you know, getting towards the later portion of the season here, you'd think you'd see a little more discipline maybe, but these two teams struggling.
The tough part is you go to get after a kick like that, and that's what can happen. And the offside penalty would have hurt him either way. Nice kick down to the 15-yard line, and St. Mary the Woods has another seam down the left side if he can make the corner turn, and he'll get it out up to the 45-yard line, make it the 47, and that's where St. Mary the Woods will start with this one.
And the way the Pomeroys set up their lanes on these kick returns is pretty impressive. They're allowing a lot of room for their returner to once again get close to midfield. That's going to be something that Quincy's going to have to adapt to and try to figure this out pretty quick, because it's hurting them bad.
Pomeroys with the football at the 47-yard line. Another good spot of field position for the Woods. Toski hands it off, and going nowhere in this case on that inside run. And a penalty flag on the field.
That was Darian Carlisle on the tackle, but we'll see what the call is against St. Mary's.
Another holding penalty, and they'll bring that one back another 10 yards and give him the first down attempt one more time.
So already 7 penalties accepted in this game. We're only about 7 minutes in.
They're going to refuse it. Holding. And they're going to refuse the penalty and make it second down.
Wow. That's an interesting choice.
And that's because St. Mary the Woods lost 3 yards. So they'd only gain, 7 yards, and then they went, nah, we still have them behind the chains. And so we're going to keep them there. So it's second down and 13 for the Pomeroys.
It's Perea back in the backfield, it looks like.
Step back to throw. Toski rolling to the right, has a man open, and doesn't get it to him. just underthrown just a bit. Pass was intended for Alan Maho, wide receiver from Hawaii.
Toski feeling the pressure pretty quick on that one, had to scramble a little bit, but we were expecting him to put it up in the air a little bit today, and I think that's the first pass he's thrown.
3rd down and 13. So here's another big one. This could the turning point or the switch in the ball game could have happened on that, on the roughing the kicker off the missed field goal. Because Quincy has revived their ability. Toski, roll right, got a man, missed him. Just couldn't get it. It's 4th down, and out will come the punting unit.
It was Alan Maho, the wide receiver, number 31, and almost looked like they weren't on the same page on that one. He was cutting in, and that throw was well over him.
So here comes the punting unit.
Pomeroys have scuffled to a stop here in the last drive or so, and now looks like Quincy, with all the momentum, looking to go down and tie this thing up.
Hazard back to punt for St. Mary the Woods. True spread punt for the Pomeroys. Fumble the snap. He punted it though. Got it. It'll roll. And was it first touched?
Got another flag down.
10-yard punt. We'll say it's actually about 12-yard punt, but it's amazing he got it off. Fumbled the snap off of the punt, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Illegal procedure against the Pomeroys. You know that's going to be refused, and out will come Quincy on offense.
It's the best starting field position the Hawks have had all day. But yeah, I've never seen a punter get one away while in the grass. Different. So.
I've seen it, but not very often. It's a very dangerous opportunity. It's 1st down Quincy when all this resumes. As the officials say, yeah, it was first touch. There was a first touching by the Pomeroys, and they're going to move it up. So that made the actual punt.
Able to knock the ball away, and now they've got a chance to get the ball back. We'll see what Quincy decides to do. I think they may go for it here.
Well, they're over the 50-yard line, and the risk versus reward.
That's about where St. Mary's has been starting anyway.
Showing that blitz. They bring it out. Alloway down the middle. He's got a man open, dropped the football. That was the running back. Ernest Davis couldn't quite haul that one in. It'll be 1st down for St. Mary the Woods, and a big stop on 4th down.
Yeah, it really was. The momentum was against them there, but the defense able to wake up a little bit. They kept things clean that time, and it worked out in their favor.
So St. Mary the Woods with the football, and they'll set it up 2 receivers in a shoot formation. 2 receivers to the top and the bottom. Toski hands it off inside and bottled up right there. And again, we knew it'd be some defense being played, and it wasn't at the start of this one. And all of a sudden, here comes the penalty flags.
The silly penalty there. I'm not sure who it was on Quincy, just shoving the man to the ground well after the play.
Peyton Emberton couldn't get things going, the running back from Whiteland. But that extracurricular after it's going to give St. Mary the Woods a 1st down.
I mean, here you've stopped them for a loss of 3 or 4, and for no reason whatsoever, you got to walk through there and just shove him to the ground, and now they're moving 15 yards down the field.
And that could be the momentum changer. Perea into the backfield. Different tight end into the backfield, 85, and we don't have his. Do you have 85 on yours? This is for, no, try the other one.
Yep, let's try the other one.
Because a new number, and that's because they switched one of the linemen into an actual tackle position. They're trying to run it, going nowhere. Perea is bottled up, and he'll lose 3.
Boy, it's easy to see why this Quincy defense has put up such good numbers this year. They just swarm. And St. Mary's trying to figure them out here. They had some luck early on, but they've really been stifled here the last couple drives. Gonna have to open it up a little bit.
Well, we'll see what's going on. And again, trying to get this one going. 10 seconds left on that play clock. Toski, he'll take the snap. Looking, throw the double out. Got a man open. And he'll pick up about 10 yards. So down about the 36-yard line.
I think is that Munoz? Yeah, it is Munoz. So we weren't sure he'd be playing today, but he is in there.
And here we go. Very close, 1:35 left to go. We're only in the first quarter. It is 14-7, St. Mary the Woods with the lead. Trying to get him to jump off sides, 3rd and 4. They'll call timeout, and that'll be the first one called, and we'll take one as well. Again, St. Mary the Woods with the lead, 14-7.
Today's vehicles often require additional procedures such as computer scans for even simple repairs. This ensures that your crash avoidance system and distance sensors are functioning properly.
At Honey Creek Collision, we invest in the latest equipment and technology and provide continuing education for our technicians to ensure a high quality and safe repair.
Honey Creek Collision is a second-generation, family-owned and operated business that you can trust.
So when your insurance company asks, tell them you're going to Honey Creek Collision.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
3rd and 4. Minute 18 left to go in the first period. That's only the first timeout used by St. Mary the Woods. Toski will take the snap, fake it, and hands it in the middle. That's a really great run on the inside. He'll pick up the first down. Nice run on the inside for Keandre Jones. He'll pick up that first down, and the chains have moved for St. Mary the Woods.
Yeah, and we've talked about all the weapons the Pomeroys have in the backfield. We've seen Jones play a big role so far. Hazard's punched it in the end zone a couple times on a big run. So that's starting to work out here as they move down the field.
They'll hand it off again. Here's Jones down the right side. He's got a little bit of space. He'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards. They got a hold call on that one. He threw it in the wrong spot. We'll see. He'll move that one up. You'll see the official. And what they do there is where the hold occurs, they actually are supposed to throw the flag. His wind up and throw wasn't real good on that one. He was about 5 yards short. So he went and moved it forward, and we'll see that one go back about 10 yards.
So once again, St. Mary's hurting themselves a little bit here.
Well, he got that one, and I'll tell you what, it's really difficult if you're trying to run outside of an actual block occurring. You're most of the time going to get a hold. If he'd have put his foot in the ground and run forward, he wouldn't have gained very many yards. He would have probably picked up about 3 or 4, but he wouldn't have lost 10 off of the hold call. So first and about 18 after it was a spot foul. They'll look at this one. They'll hand it off. Here's Hazard again off the right side, and he picks up some yardage. Pretty good yardage. Picked up about 8 yards on it. They'll give him 7. It'll be 2nd and 11.
So that's a pretty good pickup there. You get back almost even with the chains here as that may get one more play off for the end of the quarter.
And I think they'll let this one run out as they're all looking to the side. Coaches are looking down the field. We'll get this one going again. At the end of the first period of play, it's 14-7. St. Mary the Woods with the lead, and the Pomeroys are driving.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, We know hunting property, and our agents have the skills to close the deal. But what is it that separates us from others? We have field experience. We speak the language. We use targeted marketing. We cast a wide net, and we have local contacts. When it comes to buying or selling your hunting ground, let's just say we're killing it.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
And the Pomeroys are driving. They have a first down to start actually it's second down. A good run that time as, again, you're seeing number 23, Darren Hazard, run the football very effectively in this one.
Yeah, really are. He's played a big role. 76 yards on the ground already for the Pomeroys.
Step back to pass. Has a man open down the left sideline. Can he catch it? Down inside. They say he did not come down to the football. And the crowd was excited. They thought it was going to be a touchdown. He just, and I'm going to say it's not quite underthrew, but the ball, when he hit the ground, popped out.
Yeah, it hung up there for a while. I thought he caught it, but, you know, we all have our own opinions, I guess. So.
Well, if the ball's loose on the ground, it's not supposed to be a touchdown.
Well, you hope the ref missed.
Although I have had an official call one like that. Hit a dude right in the chest and went right through, and he still called it a touchdown.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Not today. St. Mary of the Woods with the football. Trips. Got a man open down the middle of the field. Oh! And it's picked off. That's a really great play defensively for Quincy. And can he return it? He's going down, and they pulled him down, and there's a couple players injured on that one. They went up for the ball. It was a clean effort. And the guy's going, yeah, I just knocked. He goes, I got the wind knocked out of me. He did.
That was a vicious hit back there, and unfortunately the tip ball falls in the arms of the Hawks, so the first turnover of the game, right as the Pomeroys were threatening to score.
Tough turnover, and Quincy will end up with the football.
That was Corbin Cleveland who took the big hit down there. He appears to be okay, a little shaken up.
Well, they'll go over and check him out a little bit, make sure everything's okay. But, man, he went up hard at that one.
Wasn't a bad throw either. He led him pretty well on that one. Cleveland got his hands on it, just the defender did as well.
And here comes Quincy with the football. Empty set for the first time today. They're going to run motion across. And that's an illegal play. They ought to throw the flag, and they did. And the reason why it is because you can't have, we're not Canadian. Some of us may be related to some Canadians.
I was hoping you'd just leave it at that. We're not Canadian. That's the penalty.
We're not Canadian. You can't do that. That'll cost you 5 yards, and they'll get started again.
You never know unless you try, I guess. But they didn't get away with it this time. Yet another penalty stacks up against Quincy.
You know, that's how throwing the football actually started anyhow. Somebody got away with throwing one. And it's never changed. Looking at it right now, they bring the blitz and add motion inside on the line of scrimmage. Another 5-yard penalty, and that'll bring up a 1st and 20.
That's 7 penalties now against Quincy for 49 yards.
And I'll tell you what, that was caused by the defense because they were going to bring some pressure, and when they started moving around, the lineman moved and flinched because he's like, oh, and they tried to call a different blocking scheme. When they did that, it just caused them all kinds of problems.
So it's a good job of the defense for St. Mary's here. They've come out with a lot of energy after the turnover. A little bit for Quincy to jump all over them, but these penalties have shut them down before they've gotten going.
7-point Pomeroy lead. And again, This is the first series we've seen an empty set for Quincy. Quick throw out to the edge, trying to get the screen. They got some blocks, and they'll pick up the 10 yards they lost off of the penalties. It'll bring second, and they'll say 9 as he just went past the actual first stick. Opportunity for the Pomeroys was lost on this drive when Quincy came up with a really nice interception. I'm going to say that was a great play defensively, and played the tip drill and got their hands on it. Still moving around. Empty set. They're just going to throw it around or run quarterback draw. And they went to throw it. That's up. Scoop and score. He's up and he's down. He almost picked it up to score it, but instead the Pomeroys end up with the football on a great defensive play. With that football, Nick Crone again, the defensive lineman, with his hands on the ball, and he had the chance, chance to score.
Couldn't quite keep his footing, but how big is that to answer back? They get a turnover, and St. Mary's takes it right back as they just drive Alloway into the ground. He loses it. Sitting pretty to put some more points on the board.
Here comes the full house backfield. 3 solid backs. Perea, who has been a conference player of the week. 33 in there again is Jones. He's been a conference player of the week. And right now it is Perea off the right side.
Just want to see the Pomeroys take care of the ball here, get some points on the board. As weren't sure, it looked like we were going to have about 100 points put up in this one the way it started, but it's calmed down a little bit.
And the defenses have started to take over. Full house backfield again. They'll hand it off to Perea again, and he goes nowhere this time.
Oh. It's about the second or third Superman leap on top of the pile I've seen today. They're getting away with it so far, but yeah, not much going there.
And they'll exchange running backs for some wide receivers and tight end. 3rd down. He lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 6. 2 receivers both sides. And a spread look. Quick slant, got him down the middle, got him to the 5-yard line. That was just an easy pitch and catch. Threw it in a really tight window. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. Such a small opening there, but a great throw. Nice catch, and they are in business now right down on the goal line, or they're on about the 5, it would appear.
Still kept it out. 2 receivers, both sides of your screen. Perea is the running back. They'll hand it off to him. Inside run down, and he gets down about a gain of a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It's down to the 4. 2nd and goal from the 4. And in the ball game comes Peyton Emberton, another running back.
Quincy only allows about 77 yards rushing per game, and St. Mary's already well over that. So this defense, although they're pretty stingy, they're having a rough time against the Pomeroys.
Again, the Pomeroy version of the A formation, and they'll hand it off inside. Hazard gets down to about the 1. And another potential fumble as they're all running around for it. St. Mary's is saying touchdown.
Yeah, we got...
Did he end up with it over the line?
We got 4.
It is a touchdown, Pomeroy.
Yeah, 4 guys signaling touchdown, 2 guys signaling fumble, and the touchdowns win this vote. So a big score there, and a nice comeback after the interception to score it on the next drive.
And as every coach will tell you, you'll take them the way you get it. Any way they're going to give them to you, you're going to take it. So the Pomeroy's on the board again. And Drake Varnes in to try the extra point. They get it down, get it up, and it's good. 21-7 Pomeroys when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
So the Pomeroys get on the board. That was a very quick one off the sack and fumble, the strip sack. And the Pomeroys found themselves in business, and here comes the kickoff. Booted down to the 10-yard line. They'll try to return this one. He's got a seam over here, but he can't get to it, and that was a team tackle. Couple players down on this one. We'll see if they both get up.
Getting a little chippy down there, but no, the Pomeroys with 3 scores so far in this one, they've all come off short fields. So not only them taking advantage of those short fields, but Quincy has really been shooting themselves in the foot, both with penalties and the kick returns.
And if you didn't notice, as we look at this one, Connor Wardlaw, the freshman from Owen Valley, was the kicker on the kickoffs. The extra points are done by Drake Barnes. And it's Quincy football, 1st and 10. Ball to 27-yard line. And they got motion if he's going to blow it dead. That they didn't even blow it ready to play, I don't think. And they're going to say they want to reset the 25-second clock. You can't do it now. They chopped it in, so here it comes. Quincy, H-back, I formation in the backfield. They'll hand it off inside. Nope, quarterback kept it. He got the edge this time, and again, super play by the safety for St. Mary of the Woods. A really nice job. This one's brought down by De Jesus, the sophomore from League City, Texas, Elias De Jesus.
Yeah, and it's always great fakes in the backfield, good misdirection, but the St. Mary's speed on defense is not allowing that to work, as it probably has most of the year for the Hawks.
Defense played by St. Mary of the Woods has kept Quincy out of the end zone, all except for one time. Here comes the counter. They got it in there, and good play off the left side of the defense for St. Mary of the Woods, and a nice tackle. If you noticed, and I know some people are looking at this one because they're looking at St. Mary of the Woods or Quincy to actually play some football here. St. Mary of the Woods plays a lot of players both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they really do, and it's you're asking a lot of those guys, but you know they're extremely athletic, and obviously if they got the stamina for it, then you're looking pretty good. So there's a lot of talent out there.
I formation, they'll hand it in the inside, and he's up close to the first down. They'll give him the yardage. It'll be 1st and 10, Quincy.
Important for Quincy to keep this drive going. They're kind of in that danger zone now with St. Mary's, where 3 scores, because that's getting close to insurmountable against an offense like this.
21-7 is our score. And again, Quincy really needs to rally here and see if they can keep this one close. And Quincy's been running the football in this drive, again with the I formation. Counter, they'll bring it around the edge. That's a really nice play 37 doesn't make the tackle, but he guaranteed he makes the play, and Aaron McClure from Mooresville High School, Canby, Indiana, makes that play as he just rocked the actual puller.
Yeah, he did. In the containment, he cut him off, sent him back to the inside, and he's got 3 buddies there waiting on him. So good play there, only about a yard gain. And we'll see if the Hawks have a different answer here. Might be looking to go back to the air.
Showing blitz. He backs it out. Again, they're going to run it. Here comes the back end. Oh, almost picked off. Play action. Tried to throw the ball, was Alloway, and he got it knocked down on the inside. A good play by the Pomeroys. That'll bring up a huge 3rd and 8.
There's Josh Wentz getting his hands up and knocking that one away. And as we mentioned, the Hawks have to do something with this drive. If they give the ball back to St. Mary's, you're flirting with disaster.
Tight end trips to the top of the screen. Sets back. They'll let him set. They got a man down the middle. Oh, almost. He underthrew him. Had a chance for the wideout to catch the ball down the middle of the field in number 1, and that's Nana Boateng. And just underthrew him, put it off his backside, and incomplete pass will bring up a huge 4th down, and Quincy will punt.
Yeah, it's hard to catch it when the ball's on your back foot. So good break there for St. Mary the Woods, and Quincy, they need to pin them deep here and hope this defense comes out fired up.
Tight punt. Right now it's an illegal formation. They snap the ball, should be a 5-yard penalty. It is. Bounced in front. You can scoop that one up, but they're going to not worry about it, make them punt it again. They're going to make that one go again. Both the ends had to be on the line, and they both lined up as wings. So you had too many men in the backfield. That's an illegal procedure penalty, and they'll march it back 5 yards.
And that's the funny thing with a couple of these penalties, 2 or 3 of them now. This is more on the coaching staff than the players.
Yeah, this one is. I mean, that's one of those where if you're going to have a tight punt, you have to know where you're supposed to line up, and those guys did not know. They thought they were going as wings, and there's 2 different forms of punt that they were using, and the linemen used one, and the guys in the backfield were the other. So that's not going to help you any. They're going to move it back another 5, and then they're going to give somebody a chance to return it, and that somebody is Austin Petrillo, who has the wheels if he can get his hands on the football. And now they're worried about it. Spread them out again. They did it again. That's another illegal formation. Should pop up again, and they didn't throw the flag. There it is. And they did it. This is a short one. They'll probably take this one, and that was a 15-yarder after the play. Now St. Mary the Woods is going to have a penalty flag.
Yeah, that's going to be a personal foul. That was Donovan Cherry back there. He lit up one of the Hawks after the play.
We're going to do it all over again. This one's not going to cost anybody a penalty unless they call it after the play.
This game's lost any momentum it had, huh?
Yep. So we have an illegal procedure called against Quincy. They're calling it dead ball, so that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Take the ball out of bounds, and then they're going to march it back 15 from that spot, and it'll be first down, St. Mary the Woods. And it all is based because of the original first penalty.
I'm glad you followed that because I'm lost.
So, the exchange of the football had happened.
Oh, I got you. I got this afterward. Okay.
You could have made him repunt, but then it would have affected the chains, and they'd have had to punt it from a very. They're better off doing it this way. They got the ball 1st and 10 at the 21, but they have to go the length of the field, and here we go.
And we haven't really seen them have to do that so far. So
that's just an odd timing of when it happened.
Pomeroys have kept it on the ground 17 times so far in this one. Just a couple of passes have been completed, so they've seen something in that Quincy defense that's leading them to a ground attack. Whoa.
Lost the football. Quincy with it. Quincy will have the football. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. What a huge chain of events. Number one, you had the penalty, which was a late hit, which caused the issue to be down at the 20-yard line. And number two, fumble the ball on just a regular direct snap.
Second turnover of the day for St. Mary of the Woods, and now Quincy, who was back against the ropes here, is now looking to bring this back to a one-score game.
So here we go. Quincy is going to try to score a one-score game. 21-7. St. Mary of the Woods with the lead. Here comes the quarterback in Alloway. Deuce Alloway sits back. C.J. Jackson is his back. They'll play action, throw it up with it to picked off. And right back to you. Here comes the guy down the sideline. Can he get around? That's a really nice tackle. Brought him down. The interception by Elias De Jesus, the defensive back from League City, Texas.
I don't know what happened on that one. Alloway saw something nobody else saw because there wasn't anybody there.
Well, they wanted the tight end hot pass, and St. Mary of the Woods did a nice job of stoning the tight end at the line of scrimmage. There's nobody there.
Yeah, I mean, it was 3 Pomeroys standing there waiting on that one to come down. So just as it happened before, when St. Mary's threw the pick, they got it right back. Now they fumble it away, they get it right back.
That's not usually the way it happens.
No,
I just thought I'd let you know that.
You don't want to use that as a mode of operation, by any means.
Boy, Troy, I've seen it, but not very many times. Inside run. They'll pick up just a couple yards.
St. Mary's is the game plan is to out physical this Quincy line, and it's starting to show. They're wearing them down a little bit.
Nice run on the inside by Perea. He picked up 2. That was all on his own. There were a couple guys that hit him at the line. He drug them forward. Two receivers both side. And a tight end here. Close back. They've got him in an H-back. They're going to the inside. Nice run. He makes a cut. Perea, nice move. Picks up 3 yards. Got about all he could out of that run.
Bryce Vaught on the tackle. Good job of standing him up, stopping that momentum. And now you force Pomeroys into a 3rd down situation.
But it's manageable at 3rd and 4. Caden Windvoet, the receiver here at the bottom of the screen. Got him to jump, but and again, it's not high school, so the snap wasn't made. And they didn't get anybody to move. If they would have, they'd have picked up that 1st down. Going to throw, through the out, got a man stuck right in the middle. 1st down for the Pomeroys as they'll move the chains. 6:36 left to go in the first half.
Devin Johnson with the catch. Good job of kind of maneuvering around for an extra yard or two. Able to solidify the 1st down. Chains are moving.
Ran that little stick route. He made a nice throw off the edge. They're going to run this one inside in the inside zone. He'll pick up 2 to 3. Jones on the carry. Did a nice job.
Yeah, I thought he had a hole there for a moment to bust that one, but the linebacker came through and got him at the last moment. Still a gain of about 3 on there, and St. Mary's really sticking to this ground game. They're believing this is the ticket today.
Well, they also don't want to turn it over, which sounds kind of odd because they have a couple times. But at the same time, if you can grind just a little bit, with 5 minutes left to go in the first half, you want to grind this thing down and not let them take something cheap. And they got the pass off to the outside. Johnson again with a nice catch. They had it poked out, but they're going to say forward progress. Got him the football at the 45 for a 1st down for the Pomeroys.
And that was a great, I think it was Hazard on the far side picking up the blitzer. That was a great job by him of saving that one.
Well, I'll tell you, number 14, that's Ezra Kakoam for Quincy, punched the ball out, but it was after he had got his forward progress and the whistle had blown.
And that's one thing we've noticed about Quincy today. This defense, they're constantly got their hands on that football. They're trying to punch and gouge and do whatever they can to break it free.
St. Mary of the Woods can score. There's Hazard. He'll pick up another yard or two. The holes are there, and then they just close immediately.
Yeah, and that's a product of sprint football that, you know, we're all getting used to. It's everybody closes on the ball a lot quicker than you're used to seeing.
So they'll bring up 2nd and 8. Clock's moving. We're inside 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Emberton is the back. Peyton Emberton steps up to throw. Got a Johnson on the outside again with a nice completion. He's short of the first down, but a very manageable 3rd and 2.
So now the Pomeroy's starting to mix in the kind of short to intermediate passing game here. Johnson 3 receptions on this drive alone, and all of a sudden they've crossed midfield with under 5 to play.
The only thing you don't like about that is if somebody on the other side gambles, it's a pick 6. They're letting them have it right now, but we'll see what happens. Here comes a blitz. They got a movement. Somebody's got to move inside, force the move. They were bringing that crash blitz off the edge. They brought it again. Hitch got him. That's a first down. And there'll be a first down for the Pomeroys. A really nice throw and catch that time. Munoz on the catch, and it's a first down.
That's Munoz's 2nd catch of the day, and you'd like to see these receivers hit the deck if you're wrapped up, because they are really trying to rip that thing free.
Under 4 minutes left to go in the first half. 3:40. Toski gets the snap, looking inside. Perret goes deep. He's got a man, and he couldn't get it hauled in. That's good defensive play as well. These two teams going back and forth on it, and a really good opportunity, but he couldn't haul that one in.
Yeah, we've seen 3 or 4 shots downfield today, but the defense has been there on all of them. The timing's been pretty good.
Number 85 is Abbott Church came into the ball game as one of the tight ends. Don't be surprised if they try to run it. Here it comes again. St. Mary of the Woods with that motion. Here comes the counter play again. They got another one, and they didn't get the yardage that time. He'll pick up just 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and about 8.
There's Perea on that run. Nice time-consuming drive here by the Pomeroys, but you like to see them get something out of it.
And in our ear, Indiana State's trailing close margin here at their homecoming game today.
I didn't go anywhere near Wabash Avenue this morning.
Trying to get everybody positioned. Clock is running. Looking downfield. He's going to take another shot. He's got him open. And he threw him just a hair too far outside. It'll bring up 4th down. Now here's the tough one. You lead by 2 scores. You bring up a 4th down with 2:30 left to go. If you punt it and pin him down here, that's the right move. That's what he's going to do. You might go for it if it was a different score, but right now you don't want to give good field position back to Quincy. So punting the football in this situation is the right way to go.
Yeah, and that's one of those calls where, greed can get the best of you, I would think, occasionally, but I think you're right. This is a good move.
Punt formation for St. Mary of the Woods. Rush for Quincy. They bring a bunch. Got it blocked, too. It's squibbed down, and they have the football, pretty good field position on this one near the 30-yard line. They're going to say it's at the 30. Wait a sec. Nope, I'm sorry, at the 26-yard line. 27.
Junior Ray Lingard coming off the edge real hard on that one, got a piece of it.
Well, you look at part of it, the snap was a little slow, and given that opportunity, he made a pretty good move to take it off the foot of the punter. Didn't touch the punter at all. Alloway now bringing in the troops for Quincy. They're still in that I formation. We're going to look for a play action, but it may not be this play. And they'll hand it off, and he's rounded up there at about the 25. 30, excuse me, at the 30-yard line.
Aaron McClure in there doing the work today. He's been calling his name quite a bit as he comes through again with that tackle.
And a timeout's been called by Quincy. We'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
When you're buying a car, getting a mortgage for your dream home, taking out a personal loan, or growing your small business, you know exactly what you need. At Crane Credit Union, our personal banking experience can help you get there. We are here to make your life easier so you can focus on what really matters. Visit cranecu.org to see how we can help you reach your goals. Crane Cares, Crane Credit Union, committed to investing in you and your community.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
2-minute drill now for Quincy. 2:05 left to go here in the first half. They desperately need to score, and St. Mary of the Woods needs to hold them out here to see if they can maintain that 2-touchdown lead. They're looking. You got the screen down the middle, a tight end screen. He's got some rumbling room. He's over the left side. He made some good yardage, picked up about 17. And a little bit of extracurriculars on that one. Got a lineman downfield, and he just mauled over a safety. That was what that was about. It was a good block to start with, and then things got a little testy. 1:50 left to go here in the first half. Alloway, he'll hand it off on the inside, and again, St. Mary of the Woods solid up front. They're going to have to throw it down the field to try to score on them.
Yeah, they're not going to do much up the middle. Josh Wentz comes through on that tackle after a gain of about 2.
I formation with the shotgun eye, and they've got a man open right down the middle, and he's gonna run it. Got him over to the side, and did he catch it? He did. They'll call it a catch and a first down for Quincy. 1:15 left to go here in the first half when this one gets rolling.
Quincy's over 100 yards through the air. It's just every drive except for the scoring drive they've had, there's been some major mistake that's shut it down.
They got a man down the sideline. They'll throw it up, and it's out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock as the incomplete pass does with 1:01 left to go here in the first half.
Almost 60 yards in penalties for Quincy so far. They've had a couple turnovers. And St. Mary's a little bit bend, don't break so far in this one, and it's been working out, but you don't want to keep testing that theory.
Now that was interesting. The football went clear to the edge. The officials are going to have to restart the play clock because they don't even have the ball set with 10 seconds left. That's not a fair thing. They've reset it. They're going to pop that one up in a hurry. Nice job by our clock operator. Pop that one right up. Of course, he can hear me when I'm saying that, too. They'll set back. Alloway's going to put it up. No, he's going to run with it. And when he does, no, it's picked off. And St. Mary of the Woods has the interception. He double clutched it. He took a shot at it. He had a man open, and instead of running for the first down, he pulled up late and got picked.
I think that's Jordan Foster on the interception, on a huge interception.
Going to have another penalty. And with that one, it's a holding call. It'll be at from the line of scrimmage, which is the 46. So that'll move it all the way back on the other side of the 50, make it a lot more difficult.
You were saying, Coach, it's been incredibly long 2 or 3 minutes there with the turnovers and the penalties and the timeouts.
Well, yeah, the timeouts. Everybody's stopping the clock, and there aren't the 30-second version, folks. They're taking them. And with that, again, St. Mary of the Woods with a 21-7 lead here towards the end of the first half. 18 seconds now. And we'll see if they're going to put this one up and see if they can throw it in the end zone. Empty set. Goes to pass, throws it up. He's got a man down the middle, and woo, lucky on that one because he was there.
Golden opportunity missed there. He just let his man too much and had the receiver break free downfield. Pomeroy's catch a break.
Pressure was right there in his face, and that kind of helped that situation. But open receiver down the middle of the field. If he'd have caught that, he probably would have scored. Third down now. We're at 13.6 seconds left to go in the first half. Empty set one more time. And they're going to bring the pressure again. Alloway down the middle of the field. It could be there, and it's almost picked off. He went for it.
Nasir Carson, good job turning into a defender on that one. That was an interception all the way. Carson back. Shot here on fourth down if they choose to take it.
And it's fourth down, 7.4, and they're going to go for this one. That means there's a chance St. Mary of the Woods will have the football for the last play of the half. They're backing up the safeties, and they should. They got pressure coming at him. He's going to run to the side. Is he going to throw it or going to go down? He's still running, and that's a pretty good move by the quarterback as that's the end of the first half. And with that, St. Mary of the Woods leads Quincy 21-7 here at halftime. And we'll be back and talk about both of these teams and what's going on here in just a moment at our halftime report. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
and there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtle! For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at IndianaLandandLifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people
in Central and West Central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
Today's vehicles often require additional procedures such as computer scans for even simple repairs. This ensures that your crash avoidance system and distance sensors are functioning properly.
At Honey Creek Collision, we invest in the latest equipment and technology and provide continuing education for our technicians to ensure a high quality and safe repair.
Honey Creek Collision is a second-generation, family-owned and operated business that you can trust.
So when your insurance company asks, tell them you're going to Honey Creek Collision.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network. You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
And two of the top teams in the Midwest Sprint Football League are battling it out here today, St. Mary of the Woods and Quincy. Both of them coming in with 3-1 records in the conference and having a chance to keep that up towards the top, because I think one of the teams is going to have one loss that's in the tournament at the end of the year, and it could be either one of these. Right now, St. Mary of the Woods holds that lead at 21-7 here at halftime. Let's go through the scoring recap. First of all, period one with 12:47 on the clock. St. Mary of the Woods gets on the board when Peyton Emberton has a 3-yard run with Drake Barnes kicking the ball. It's 7-0. Then with 10:07 left to go, St. Mary of the Woods again scored. This time Darren Hazard scores on a 34-yard run right up the middle. 2 plays in the drive, 32 yards in 42 seconds, and it's 13-0. And it should be 14 as Barnes' kick is also good. Quincy then scores in the first period with 5:24 left to go as C.J. Jackson has a 1-yard run with Buchholz's kick is good, and it is 14-7. St. Mary of the Woods with the lead. And then finally, St. Mary of the Woods scored on a Darren Hazard 5-yard run with Barnes' kick, and it's 21-7. And again, that happened with 11:25 early in the second quarter. And then at the end of the second quarter, it was just turnover city. It went back and forth all the time. And as a coach, you're looking going, will somebody just hold on to the ball? Because it wasn't happening.
No, each team turns it over 3 times. Each quarterback has given away a fumble, thrown a couple picks. It's not a good day for pretty football or quarterback ratings right now. So, but it's been entertaining, I will say that. But, yeah, pretty sloppy. A lot of penalties for both of these teams. It may be who can clean it up the best here in the second half.
Yep. Senior day, and Drake Barnes are the only senior on the Sprint football roster. Drake Barnes from Lewisburg, Kansas, is being introduced as the only senior member of the team. And that's because, again, St. Mary of the Woods is only in their second season, and the Midwest Sprint Football League is only in its second season. And it's still nice to have some of these guys that have a chance to play that didn't have at either another institution or even here until things started.
Yeah, and you know, with this all being new and kind of new to the area, you hope this is one of those things that kind of grows and builds on itself year after year, not just for St. Mary's, but for the whole league, all of these colleges and universities involved. And, you know, hopefully down the line we'll be seeing some new facilities and bigger turnouts and the whole bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had a great turnout for homecoming just a couple weeks ago, as there were people everywhere on both sides.
Yeah.
Huge crowd. People were excited about everything. The game went on and on. And I was supposed to go to the over to do some other things. I told my wife, "Oh, I'll be back here at this time," and it just kept going.
Football got in the way again.
Huh? It did 56-50 as again St. Mary of the Woods fell in double overtime. But the 2 overtime periods lasted what a regular football period would last, and there were plenty of timeouts all used because they all needed them. And St. Mary of the Woods fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line in the first overtime, and had they not, they were ready to score. It would have been first down at the one. No, that wasn't the way it happened. And you're looking going, what would have happened? Well, you can see that they came out very strong today. The opening 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game put St. Mary of the Woods up 14-0, and they've just maintained that lead.
Yeah, the momentum they came out with after the big kick return, punched it in real quick, get the ball back immediately, score again, and you're thinking, okay, this looks like early in the season we're going to whoop up on these guys. But I'll tell you what, Quincy answered right back, and they drove down the field when they had to drive down the field, put the ball in the end zone.
And you've seen some different things. I think St. Mary of the Woods has done an excellent job in their blitz package against empty or against the spread at certain points, really causing the quarterback Alloway a rough time for Quincy, as he's had pressure in his face a lot, and that's why they have not been able to complete the ball down the field. Where they did, that's what set up their first touchdown, was a very long pass down the field for Quincy, and that was Camden Pye. Again, a 74-yard. He has 2 receptions for 74 yards, but his long was 72. If you take a 72-yard reception, you ought to score on it. He got it down inside in the red zone, and that's where Quincy made some hay. They did some things, and again, they had a chance. St. Mary of the Woods had a chance to stop the drive, but they ran into the kicker. It was called roughing the kicker, which gave them half the distance. They had the ball inside the 10 and finally punched it in to put their 7 points on the board.
Yeah, and I would think at least one of these, if not both coaches, are going in there and talking about let's be disciplined in this second half, because a lot of silly mistakes.
Oh, and that's just the way it's played at this point. Both of these teams are so aggressive in what's going on. And the other part that people don't realize, a lot of the players that are playing, let's say on the line, even linebackers, they're not used to playing there. As athletes and as high school players, they probably didn't play a lot inside the tackles. They were primarily outside linebackers and secondary players and a running back here or there, maybe a little wide receiver. And they're asking them to play positions that are much more aggressive, and sometimes you just step over that line a little bit too much.
Yeah, and, obviously there's been some feelings hurt out there today and things like that, because seen some, people getting knocked flat on their backs well after the play's over and things like that. So there's some mouthing going on, and these are 2 really good teams this year, and they know what this game means, what's on the line possibly. St. Mary's doesn't want to let another one go, because all of a sudden Bellarmine's sitting on top of the heap here in pretty good shape, and they want to be right at their heels as this season comes to a close.
Again, another good opportunity for St. Mary of the Woods. They lead 21-7 here at halftime, and we'll return for more. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know hunting property, and our agents have the skills to close the deal. But what is it that separates us from others? We have field experience. We speak the language. We use targeted marketing. We cast a wide net, and we have local contacts. When it comes to buying or selling your hunting ground, let's just say, we're killing it.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop for over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you're always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
Well, Troy, I called too many plays last night, and that's what
all
it
right.
was.
You had a long one last night.
I called a lot of them that way, and that is one of the plays we run. Individual stats for the first half some of them look kind of ugly.
Yeah, both quarterbacks, honestly. Let's see, Deuce Alloway, 6 of 15. Of course, the 2 interceptions, 118 yards, but as you mentioned, 72 of that on one play. Jeremiah Toski for St. Mary's, 6 of 13, 45 yards. They've been more interested in the ground game, and Darren Hazard has played well. He's, 120, 130 all-purpose yards. He had the big kick return, too, and obviously he's been punting for him as well. So he's kind of a do-it-all guy out there.
But the punt was like a circus,
Yeah, it wasn't a good.
It wasn't a good opportunity. I mean, we've had a punt. St. Mary of the Woods has had a punt blocked. Another one that wasn't very good. Multiple penalties on that special team of punting, and so again, you're looking at things. For St. Mary of the Woods, they could really control this ballgame if they just cleaned up 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, exactly. And we keep saying it over and over again. Just discipline yourselves. Don't let them get to you. Don't let the words affect you. Don't keep your hands off of them after the whistle blows. That takes care of most of the problem. But honestly, Quincy's had a bigger problem with that. It's 2 or 3 of them, we talked about it earlier, have been almost the way they've lined up.
Yeah.
We had the Canadian thing where he's running at the line before the ball was snapped, and then just a lot of holds, and they've brought back 2 big runs I know of, and Quincy could be right in it, but St. Mary's could be well ahead. So whoever loses this is not going to feel good about it.
No, and bus rides after a loss like what, again, Quincy's looking at, if St. Mary of the Woods could finish them off, would be a tough one.
Yeah.
Because, again, at 3-1, both these teams are probably going to be in the Final Four. And that's what they're really shooting for right now. But you don't want to play that first one on the road. Championship you can play on the road and still do okay, but you don't want to be on the road for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And, the top 4 as it sits right now, Bellarmine's still undefeated. Fontbonne, Quincy, 3-1, along with St. Mary of the Woods. So they're looking pretty solid there because there's quite the division after that. Everybody else is 1-3 except for Oakland City, who's winless. So there's a top tier, there's a lower tier, but these 2 teams honestly aren't playing like top tier teams.
No, and part of it may be just the aggressiveness that they're taking into the game, and that's kind of what happened when Bellarmine and St. Mary of the Woods played. I mean, they're so aggressive in what they're doing. It's hard to and once somebody clicks, and if you've coached any, you know this. Once they click into that mode, it's hard to get them to tone it way down and do things the way they want. So again, part of that's just self-discipline. The other part has to be taught by coaches and make sure that they know what's going to take place. But a couple of them are errors, just strategic errors. Again, some of these players have not played in the actual positions they're playing in because of their size when they were in high school. And so that makes it a little more difficult. You're playing line when you used to play wide receiver. You're going to get hit at every single play.
Yeah.
And you have to be the enforcer, and then you have to draw the line and say, I'm not going to go over this when I play, and that's tough at a certain point to learn that.
Yeah, and it's not a long season. This is only the 5th game, and they're still learning these things, and that gets lost on me sitting up here watching it too. You wonder, well, that was a stupid thing to do, but as you mentioned, they're new at it, and that's a lot to take on, and each game is a learning experience for a lot of these guys out there. And it's just who can adapt the quickest sometimes.
Well, again, both these teams are going to fight it out, and let's hope it's not, it's just figuratively instead of actually doing the other. But, physical contact, that you're talking about players that are usually 180 pounds and less, and they duke it out. They're really going at it hard. We've seen some hitting like, you're not going to see in high school games. These guys are bringing the load and really going at it. And, again, if they can maintain their composure, not turn the ball over, and not make it quite as sloppy, somebody's going to emerge with a big victory today that's going to go a long way towards pushing them towards the conference tournament.
Yeah, really will. And we've seen a couple times Quincy real close to hitting a deep ball.
Yeah.
Or St. Mary's, they're so close to busting some of these runs. But, I mean, it's a matter of inches out there. There's a lot of talent on this football field. It's just who can harness it the best.
Well, we'll see what that's going to be like. We'll pause, and teams are about ready to hit the field here and get ready for the second half. We'll pause for our second break. Again, you're watching our halftime show on the Indiana Sports Network.
You are watching the Indiana Sports Network Game of the Week.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
Laser engraving at its finest by Fearless Designs is now available. Cups, bats, gloves, license plates, and almost anything you desire can now be a laser engraved gift for your family and friends or a promotional item for your company. Stay on the unique cutting edge of technology. Call, text, or email Fearless Designs. You'll be glad you did.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
And welcome back. Again, St. Mary the Woods with that 21-7 lead as we prepare to start the second half. Troy, what do you think? What really needs to take place for St. Mary the Woods here in the second half?
Well, they seem like they want to keep it on the ground quite a bit here. They must have seen something in Quincy that's making them want to attack on the ground, and it's been working pretty well overall, except, I mean, obviously the fumble hurt. But two of the times they've gone to the air, they've been picked off. Now, the first one was a tip pass. The second one maybe thrown a little bit off. But if you're going to go to the air, you need to be really sure of what you're going to do, because one of them down by the end zone, I mean, those are just killers. And they've had a lot of opportunities to put a lot of points on the board and not been able to take advantage of it. So it's just punching them in when you get the chance.
Well, you can say the same kind of thing for Quincy. They've needed to really push themselves, and they've gotten the ball. They've moved the ball well inside the 20s, but they have not. Once they hit that 50-yard line, all of a sudden St. Mary the Woods has stiffened up on multiple occasions and caused them some real issues. So both these teams are getting ready. We're getting ready for that opening kickoff. The big advantage for Quincy right now is they get the ball to start. If they can score on this drive, they can put this game in jeopardy. And St. Mary the Woods definitely needs to bring the load on defense and see what happens.
Yeah, and they've been doing a pretty good job of getting pressure on Alloway back there. They brought him down a couple times. One time he let the ball loose. So you expect them to keep that up, but whoever gets the next score in this is going to set the tone. It's either going to be St. Mary's making it a 3-score ball game, which is going to be hard to come back from, or Quincy's going to make this thing real close.
Wardlaw, he'll pound this ball, gets it down to the 20. It bounced and hits the ground, and with the return up over the 30-yard line, just to the 32 for Quincy.
That was Nasir Carson on the return, and pretty good coverage there by the Pomeroys. They're going to make Quincy have to go pretty long field if they're going to put this one in.
Out comes the defense for the Pomeroys, and Quincy again, they see something in the first half they're going to try to exploit, and it looks like they're going to put the running backs back there. 2 backs in the backfield for Quincy. They've got an I formation, fullback, H-back. They're going to move him over and bring the I. They're going to hand it off up in the middle, and they did find something as immediately about a 7-yard gain of bring up 2nd and 3.
And that's what we didn't see a lot of in the first half, was the Quincy line taking control and opening up a gap for the running back to get through, but they did on that one.
Hammered it pretty hard. Again, they've got a nice, and when I say this, a nice looking H-back in there, and he did a really nice job that time. Again, now they're going to move it over, I formation. On the left, they'll move it over. Look to pass, but he pulled it down, goes to run. He's close to the first down. They're going to give him it. It is a first down for Quincy.
Good job by Alloway making something out of nothing there as he bobbled the ball. Bit of a broken play, but they're moving the chains.
So first down right away for the Hawks from Quincy. And they may, I don't know if they'll be just satisfied running the football, although that's probably what they could be doing. They're going to hand it in there again. He gets another seam and another hole, as they're going to have to really do a nice job. They're finding it. They're getting a nice kick out. The end's going to have to pinch harder to try to spill this thing and make him stop.
Yeah, C.J. Jackson hitting the hole with a ton of momentum and just bursting through there. The line not holding up real well to start this second half for the Pomeroys.
And again, this time they go the other way, and he finds the back seam and picks up another 5 yards for a first down. And Quincy's driving the football.
Before the game, we talked about they're kind of a 50-50 run-pass team. It's been more run than pass today, and it's starting to take effect.
So 2 quick first downs. They just ran the ball right down the throat of the Pomeroys. They're going to hand it off. And nope, quarterback went to keep it. That's the tough one, and he got some yardage. He'll pick up about 7 yards, and here comes a hold. Hold or a face mask, and I don't know which one we got here. He's talking. They got a bench warning. They got a sideline warning, got people out there too close. He's hopefully he didn't run into anybody. But with that, they'll move the football. That's just the warning on this case. The next one will cost them yardage. Oh, that one did.
Wow.
They must have made contact. So they made contact with him. That'll be 15 yards and a first down. And right now, Quincy is rolling. They've got the football down, and it's at the 20-yard line, so they're inside the red zone. Alloway, he'll take the snap, hands it off inside, and a big burst up the middle. He's going to score.
Bring it back, I think. We got another flag down.
Not a double whistle. It's a touchdown.
Nope, I guess not.
Touchdown for Quincy, and they're going to cut this to a one-score game.
Boy, the Pomeroy defense, they didn't look very good on that drive to open up the second half.
Driving it right down their throat, and you're going to have to do a little bit different on the scheme. And they're using a 3-4 defensive front, which normally you're going to blitz or pinch. They didn't go for the actual block. You can see that when they said, hey, I don't want to give them 15 again. So with that, timeout will be on the field. Again, the score 21-14, St. Mary the Woods with the lead.
When you're buying a car, getting a mortgage for your dream home, taking out a personal loan, or growing your small business, you know exactly what you need. At Crane Credit Union, our personal banking experience can help you get there. We are here to make your life easier so you can focus on what really matters. Visit cranecu.org to see how we can help you reach your goals. Crane Cares, Crane Credit Union, committed to investing in you and your community.
You are watching St. Mary the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
So with that Quincy touchdown, the lead's been cut to 1 score. And that's a big one as St. Mary the Woods just got it handed to them on that drive. They were right down the field and scored.
Yeah, Quincy out-muscled them all the way down to the end zone and set the tone here for the second half. Now it's up to the Pomeroys to change that. And Quincy's a team that's played some close games this year. They're used to these kind of dogfights. 1-point win over Calumet earlier in the year. They've had close ones with Font Bonnie, Walsh, and Midway. Only 2-score games at the end. So this is what they're used to.
Squibb onside kick, and did he lose it? Boy, it was loose. It was loose for a second because I saw the football out. Offsides on Quincy, so either way, they'll either have to kick it over again or it's going to be St. Mary the Woods football, and it looks like it's going to be Woods football. You're going to say offsides, they're going to decline that one or put it on the end, and they did. So first down for St. Mary the Woods, and more importantly, they have a really good field position.
Yeah, they do, and it's important for them to answer back here. They need to pick their defense up a little bit. The defense just, let's face it, they got their butts handed to them on the first drive of the half, so it's time for them to go out and show them we got your back, boys.
And as that one goes, here comes St. Mary the Woods. 3 backs in the backfield. They're going to try to do their own little bit of grinding as their 3 backs in the backfield have caused some issues for Quincy. Shift over. Run the counter. Here he comes right up the middle. He'll pick up about 5 yards. They'll make it 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's Keandre Jones, his 6th run of the game. He's over 40 yards. Hazard's almost at 50, so those two alone have been doing quite a bit of damage. We've also seen Perea carry it quite a few times.
Don't be surprised if we see play action, but I don't think it'll be this series. I think it'll wait till they pick up a first down. 3 backs, handing this one off up the middle.
Good old smash mouth football here in the second half so far, Coach.
And that clock is running. Big 3rd down at about 4 or 5 yards. We're right on the verge of either one. Perea out of the ball game. They still have their 3 backs in the backfield. They'll shift this one over. Trying to get them to show what's coming, and here they come. There were 3, and they're calling a timeout. Timeout, St. Mary the Woods, and with that, they lead by 7, and we'll return for more action here on Indiana Sports Network.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
A+ Printing is your best place for uniforms, programs, t-shirts, and hats, plus screen printing, business printing, and documents. Get all your promotional items, including koozies and coffee mugs. Just give Kevin a call, A+ Printing, does it all. You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
And St. Mary of the Woods wanted to call timeout. I believe, from my perspective, they will be in 4-down territory. So although they're looking and you're saying, hey, it's 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, there's more of a propensity to throw the ball in this one. It wouldn't surprise me if they run it twice.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty effective so far. 5 yards on 2 plays, you wouldn't think would be too difficult the way they've been going. But that Quincy defense looking to stand up tall here.
Perea comes in. Get the snap off. Man open down the middle, and he shorts it, and it gets picked. Underthrew him by about 10 yards, and they're going to have a nice tackle inside the 15, but Quincy stops the drive, and Quincy has a chance to tie this ball game.
3rd interception of the game and the 4th turnover for St. Mary of the Woods. He had a couple guys just couldn't pull the trigger quite when he needed to.
Well, it's just a little bit late. When you throw that one late, you're going to run out of territory, and that's exactly what happened. Just underthrew him by about 10 yards.
And, you know, it doesn't seem like the same Jeremiah Toski saw a couple weeks ago. He threw for 419 yards, and something's not clicking today, but it's got a lot to do with that Hawk defense.
I formation. Got him side saddled here. Here it comes. They're going to hand it off inside, and again, big, nice yardage for Quincy.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They ran all over them on the first drive, and they're going to keep doing the same until the Pomeroys show they can put up some fight against it.
Yeah, if you're Quincy, you don't want to do anything but just keep pounding the rock, and that's what they're going to do here for a little bit. 21-14 is our score. Inside, and quarterback fell down. He had some big yardage if he didn't fall.
Yeah, he just lost his footing on that one, slid out from under him. So Pomeroys catch a break. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 5. You know, after the first quarter, Quincy was averaging 1.7 yards per rush. That number is vaulted up to 4.2.
Big 3rd down play, 3rd and 5. Alloway gets the signals in. Here comes the I formation, 3rd and 5. Look for him to keep it. Nope, they handed it off, and he didn't get the first down. It'll be 4th and about 3.
And that wasn't so much the tackle as that was Herrera pushing his man back into the runner and just stopping his momentum until he got some other defenders in there. So 4th and 2 and a big stop there for St. Mary of the Woods.
Austin Petrillo steps back to receive the punt. And the one thing, Quincy's had a very solid kicking game. From the people we've seen, they've really done a nice job. This one, he gets off the side of his foot and it's out of bounds. St. Mary of the Woods is going to have the ball at about the 48, 49-yard line. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You are
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Toski is going to take the snap and hand it off inside, and now the Pomeroys are trying to make some hay running the football, and they just got a couple. They're going to say it's a 3-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 7.
St. Mary of the Woods has been living all day on a short field. It's just they haven't taken advantage of it enough times as you would like to see so far.
So 2nd and 7. going to try again to see what they can get done here. The officials are calling this one dead for a moment, and I think they've got the wrong footballs in. Okay.
They don't have the second down ball in, I guess. I don't know.
No, actually, both teams bring footballs, and you use only your own ball.
I didn't know that. So you teach me things every time we call a game, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so the ball boys on the other side, well, they're not necessarily boys. These are big guys. There's a run up the middle and a nice job on the inside by Peyton Emberton, the freshman from Whiteland, who picks up about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2, and you're in 4-down territory in my estimation for St. Mary of the Woods. They need desperately to pick up another touchdown to put a cushion in this game.
Yeah, now they've got Keandre Jones in the backfield now. A good run by Emberton, so it's just switching these guys out. Fresh legs, fresh legs.
Here comes the blitz. Inside, he got the first down, and that's a big first down for St. Mary of the Woods. They need to drive, they need to score, and again, Pomeroy's in a close ball game with Quincy. It's a 7-point lead for the Pomeroys.
And there's a lot riding on the next 22 minutes of football here for both of these squads. They're almost, you can almost feel the tension down there a little bit. Both a little pensive.
Inside run and making about 5 yards. That's a pretty good play. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
I love the way they rotate them. Now Jones coming out. Here comes Hazard into the ball game. So each back getting a couple snaps, doing their work, then they get a breather.
How hard will they run? For the linemen, how hard will you block to see if you can pick up a win? Looking. Nice little dump. Got it out there and some yardage. He'll pick up close to a first down. Will they say he made it? Did he get past that line? That's what we want to see. He did. First down, Pomeroys.
Carlos Munoz on the reception, his 3rd of the game. And looks like he's up over 20 yards on the day now. So, but a nice, safe little pass play there.
Looking inside. No, quarterback keeps it. Toski thought about throwing it, makes the move, picks up yardage. That's really what he needs to do. I'd like to see him secure the ball.
Yeah, definitely want to see him tuck it away a little better than that, but still a good gain there on first down.
Patrick Perea into the ball game as the running back.
Alan Mayho comes in as well, so don't get cute down here. You've gotten all the way down the field running the ball other than the one short pass, so just keep doing what's working.
Mayo, Harvey, and Munoz are the receivers here at the bottom of the screen. They're going to hand it off inside, a pretty solid run. He's close to the first down yardage, and again, moving the football, keeping control of the clock and the game. And if they can drive this down and score, that'll be a big bonus for St. Mary of the Woods. You don't want to give something up. There's a short by half a yard. He's got to make the line, and he's just a hair short.
We got 2 plays to pick it up here. Still quite a bit of movement there on the line.
Got a quarterback sneak this thing, and he does, and he gets stoned, and they're going to give him the yardage.
Whoa. They blew it dead before the ball came out.
And they'll have to mark it. They're asking for the 25-second clock to be reset. As they look at this one, they may even measure it.
Yep.
First down, Pomeroys as they continue to move. About the 14-yard line. And here comes the 3 backs into the ball game.
Boy, if you're staring down that as a defense, what are you doing? That could go to anybody.
Well, they're bringing it all up there. The other thing is they still have 2 safeties. They're going to hand it off inside to Jones. He's going nowhere. They had the quarterback isolated, so he wasn't going to go anywhere unless he really took somebody out. And they are pinching hard on the inside and really causing some problems for the Pomeroys on their goal line style offense. 4:25 left to go here in the third period. One touchdown on the board this period by Quincy as they've cut this one down. They're going to shift over. Inside, good cut, but nowhere to go as he gets stoned for just a yard gain.
Yeah, that was a good initial cut by Hazard, but he had two defenders waiting on him immediately. So now third and what are we looking at, 4 or 5 to go?
About 8, maybe.
Boy,
9.
I'm off all day on this. All right. You got to paint them numbers. I can't see down there.
And so with that, this is a big third down play for the Pomeroys. They are, I think, in field goal range. Step back, throw, slant, got the man in the middle, touchdown, Pomeroys! Nice pass on the inside, got it to Delon Harvey, the 5'10 freshman from Quitman, Georgia. Harvey scores.
So Toski puts one in the touchdown column. He's had some pretty severe struggles today.
And it's number 6. I'm sorry, that's Corbin Cleveland, the wide receiver. I hit the wrong guy. I just looked at the number, and the number deceived me. And it is Corbin Cleveland, the wide receiver from Missouri City, Texas. Kick is up, and it's good. A 2-touchdown lead for the Pomeroys when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
So again, another solid drive. That time it was just a little bit here, a little bit there until we got a pass to stick it in the end zone. 28-14 is our score, and St. Mary of the Woods desperately needed to answer that one if they were going to keep a cushion in the ball game. Quincy has just pounded the football, and they've done a good job. They just didn't score that last series.
Yeah, both of these teams just kind of been nibbling their way down the field with the run game. But that one paid off big for the Pomeroys.
Kind of a squib kick, and they got him down, but he's still loose. And if he makes this move, he could go. Here he comes down the left sideline. He's got space, and he's still going. And he's going to make a cut, and they just get him wrapped up at about the 26. What a tremendous return by #1 for Quincy.
I think that's Carson.
That is Nasir Carson from Grand Blanc, Michigan.
Well, I'll tell you, this pretty poor tackling there on that return. Looked like they should have had him back around the 20, 25-yard line, but couldn't wrap him up. Carson, a lot of speed, so once he gets in space, you're in trouble.
So Quincy back in operation again with a chance to score. The ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Motion to the eye. Hammering it up in there. This time they did a nice job in pinching for the lead blocker and forced that lead blocker to log him over the top, and then they couldn't get any yardage. That's a nice defensive play by the Pomeroys.
And the thing about the short field for Quincy here, you know, there's no need to panic. They can stick to that run game now. Still plenty of time left in this thing. This is going to be whatever defense can make the most stands here.
Tight end here, and they're going to hand it off, and another opportunity. They're going to push the pile. They do, and they'll pick up about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5.
It's a tale of two halves here. Certainly a lot more sedated here in the second half than the craziness we had going on at the end of that second quarter.
Well, everybody kind of settled down, and now it's more of the slugfest we thought it would be at the start of the ball game. 28-14 our score, 2:12 left to go here in the third period. Looks like a potential pass play. The reason I'm saying that, the running back set the quarterback. Nope, it is. There it is, the guy in the flat, and he missed him. Got excited and didn't get his feet turned and missed him.
Yeah, he fired that one quick. It came out of his hand really weird. We're at a pretty good angle to see that one, and that was an odd-looking throw.
4th and 5. They're not going to kick the field goal. They're going to go for this one.
Yeah, touchdowns are going to win this thing for Quincy, not field goals at this point.
(28-14) is our score. I formation. Are they going to roll him? Nope. Wow. Almost got him. Up an incomplete pass. Had a chance for it, and it went off of the receiver's hands, and the receiver was C.J. Jackson. They had a nice little screen pass. He couldn't haul it in. Turnover on downs will give St. Mary the Woods a football, and they're going to, again, see if they can drive this one down the field methodically.
Yeah, and let's give some credit to DeBrian Bush on that one. He got into the backfield, put a lot of pressure back there on the quarterback Alloway, and forced him into a bad throw. Turns the ball over, and Coach, you're right. It's going to be tick-tock goes the clock here for this drive.
We'll see what happens. They may take a shot here, though. Wouldn't surprise me, because they've had open guys. They just have not gotten the ball up quick enough. They've outrun the coverage. Inside run. They'll take this one for about a yard. That's it. Hazard with the carry. And he got just a yard. 1:35 and the clock's running here in the third period. Motion over. Buck sweep, here it comes. Boom, off the edge, and he gets wrapped up one more time. He'll pick up about 2 yards, and there's an extracurricular stuff going on. Hopefully it's not St. Mary the Woods, but they're pointing at him. Said somebody got a late one in.
You know, for all the griping and complaining we did at halftime about this, it's been pretty good so far in the second half as far as the discipline goes, but somebody got carried away here.
And in that type of play, it's going to be they're going to talk about it. Oh, it's going against Quincy, and it's going against St. Mary the Woods. That's the one where there's like, fellas, this is enough. The next one, we're just going to start going at it. Now, with those, again, with those type of penalties, they're trying to gain control of the football game here at the end so nothing happens. So 2nd down and 9. Should be 3rd down. It is 3rd down. They flipped it over and make it 3rd and 7. The play counts. And here we go. 3 receivers, top of the screen. Press coverage here at the bottom. We'll see who has some speed on this one. Here it comes. Toski set back to throw. He could run for it. And they're going to call an illegal chuck down here because the receiver grabbed him. That's going to be a holding call in the defense more than likely from where that one was. Okay, that's the first time I've ever seen that one, where the official, the field judge goes, yeah, it goes up here, and the player picked it up and moved it over there for him. So, again, where that penalty flag was thrown is guaranteed defensive holding, and it is. 1st down, Pomeroys. They get to move this one by penalty. 50.9 seconds left to go here in the third period.
Another one of those backbreakers for Quincy. You know, you shut them down for the first 2 plays of the drive, and then a mistake moves the chains.
If you're listening, Maryland over IU 31-14. Oh, it's Rutgers. Rutgers over Indiana.
tough year down there in Bloomington.
Yep.
Good gainer on first down there for St. Mary's.
Yeah, and I don't really like the way Perea is holding his arm when he's coming off of this, and hopefully he's all right. He came off of this one. That's the end of the quarter as both these teams will come over. You can't really step off the field until this happens, but at the same time, they're going to let this one run down, and we will too, and we'll come back with the fourth period of play here from St. Mary of the Woods. It's Pomeroy football on Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
and there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles! For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. Oh, that's gross.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment.
And Kevin Lanke, the Associate Vice President for Athletics. I always say Athletic Director. That's what he does, but he has the high title. And he came over and handed me a note. And the volleyball team for St. Mary of the Woods won 3-2 over West Virginia Tech. And for St. Mary of the Woods, they're 2-0 this weekend in volleyball and 26-3. 26-3 for their season. That allows them to have the school record, to tie a school record. And with that one, congratulations to the volleyball team. Running the football in that play, again, number 23 is Darren Hazard. He picks up the first down with a gain of 7 on a hard run on the inside.
He was telling us what a brutal road trip that was, leaving yesterday morning at 11 a.m. and then I think playing a match, driving 2 more hours, and then another match today, and then 8 hours home. So congratulations to them. Long weekend, but it was worth it.
Gotta love those bus rides. Taking a few in my day. Inside run, and they're going to hammer it one more time up for about a 3-yard gain. And St. Mary of the Woods right now, the clock is your friend. Make it run.
Yeah, you let that thing get down to 5 or so, a little less before you snap it, and it's going as planned so far on this one. They're staying ahead of the chains.
You just got to get off the pile quick enough you can get the whole thing started again. Second and 7 here for the Pomeroys. Ball sitting at about the 47-yard line.
Looks like that's Perea back in there in the backfield.
Wing off the right side. They're going to run it inside, and Perea picks up a yard or two and fumbled it, but it was off the forward progress, so that'll be marked dead. Again, 3rd and 5 to go for this one. And Quincy is spinning the dial. They're trying to figure out what they want to do, and they're bringing heat and pressure every down now. So that time they were bringing ends or outside linebackers off the edge. Passing is open. If you can connect one, it's going to be a big play.
Yeah, they're starting to do things out of their comfort zone, knowing and feeling that pressure that they have to have a stop.
They're bailing. Here comes again. And I'm saying they're bailing for pass. Boom. Bailed back.
Nope.
He's going to run. No, he's got a man wide open, throws it, good completion, and a first down for the Pomeroys. Nice job by Alan Mayo, the wide receiver from Hawaii on a great reception and a first down for the Pomeroys, and that clock will continue to run.
And a good job by Toski of extending that play, keeping his head up. He, kind of scanned through everybody, but was able to keep an eye on the line, stay out of trouble. And that one's big as that clock keeps moving.
2 receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. And again, looking at the blitz, and here it comes. They quick screen to the edge. Good play call. Nice move, and he'll pick up about 6 or 7 on that one. We'll see where they spot the ball. That was a really nice job on the play call. They had to go outside. If you went inside, you're pretty much dead as a doornail.
Yeah, no hesitation on that from Toski either, because he had about another millisecond before he got drilled on that one.
Three receivers to the bottom of your screen. They're going to let this thing run all the way down like they should. They're under 10 seconds down the play clock. Toski looking for motion, doesn't get it. Inside run, they'll hand it off in an inside zone. They get the first down. He just needs to get down. Once you make that first down yardage, you need to get on the turf and just let that clock run. Jones will enter the ball game, and out comes the runner for that one, which was number 7. That's Peyton Emberton. Yeah, I saw that one. I'm getting messages that my son's team won 24-14 today.
Good deal.
And that's Marion, ranked number 5 in the country, and got to like that one. Inside, they blitz. Jones gets to the edge, and he picks up some yardage. I thought he was going to get more than that.
Yeah, still pretty good gain there on first down, though. That clock will tick under 11 minutes now. St. Mary of the Woods is taking control on the ground. They ran a lot of the first half, not necessarily real productive, but they have really asserted themselves here in this second half, gone to work, and it's paying off.
Jones again in the backfield. Next to Toski. They're going to blitz with 1, and they give it to Jones. He'll pick up a yard. 3rd and 5 again.
They're a team that averages about 200 yards rushing per game. That puts them over 150 for today.
Here it comes. St. Mary of the Woods still with 20 seconds on that play clock. They're winding it all the way down, which normally they don't. So they're occupying a lot of time. 2 receivers to both sides. Got a man. Toski could run, throws it out of bounds. And that's not really what you wanted to do with that situation. You could have taken down another almost a minute off the clock if he doesn't go down that way. 4th down and 5, and they may be out of the field goal range, and even if they do, you don't want to get one blocked in return for a touchdown here.
And I agree with you. I'd like to see him take off a little quicker on some of those, especially late game situations like this.
Toski's not only can he throw the ball well, very athletic. I mean, he has some wheels. So 4th and 5. Steps back to pass, looking, throws it up, and he just got knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say he went out of bounds. That's not a penalty. When he threw his hat, that says that's where he went out on his own volition. Turnover and downs will give the ball back to Quincy.
Well, they're playing with fire here. They give the ball back to the Hawks, and I mean, it's a long way to go, but with almost 10 minutes to play, Quincy has some firepower. So we'll see if that Pomeroy defense is up to the task one more time. Big stand there by Quincy, though. That's
well, they needed to. Stop. They needed to stand, and St. Mary of the Woods just needed to run some clock. See if they could get some more down there. 9:53 left to go in the ball game. And we'll see who's going to manage the clock well. Quincy's going to try to run it quick. St. Mary of the Woods is going to try to slow it down. Inside run, they got some yardage, but only about 2 or 3. And a player's down, and we'll pause for just a break and let you know what's going on with that one. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s,
Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Today's vehicles often require additional procedures such as computer scans for even simple repairs. This ensures that your crash avoidance system and distance sensors are functioning properly.
At Honey Creek Collision, we invest in the latest equipment and technology and provide continuing education for our technicians to ensure a high quality and safe repair.
Honey Creek Collision is a second-generation, family-owned and operated business that you can trust.
So when your insurance company asks, tell them you're going to Honey Creek Collision.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
Well, helping player up on the ground, it appears he's got either an ankle or a knee, and let's hope he is able to walk that one off a little bit. But Trey Carter, the defensive lineman from Terre Haute South, is the injured player on this one, as he'll limp off the field, and always tough on that one. Trying to get him to go, but doesn't look real good that way. Hopefully he turns out to be okay in what's going on. Quincy with the football now, 2nd and 7 as they prepare to run the play. Again, Quincy finds themselves trailing in the ball game 28-14. St. Mary of the Woods has played consistent enough to get a lead. Cover 4 shown. They're going to throw the ball, quick slant over the edge, and receiver and quarterback made an error. I don't know which one made what, but the ball was errant, thrown behind him. I think he was waiting on a hitch is what it looked like to me, like he was going to throw a quick hitch, pick up 4 or 5 yards there, and wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, it's the second or third time today we've seen him not quite on the same page as Alloway, just 6 of 18 on the day now. Brings up another third down, and Quincy only 1 of 8 today on third downs.
And Quincy has been known to throw the football. They've thrown it 52% out of all their plays, and St. Mary of the Woods has done a really good job in kind of corralling that, all except for one big bomb. They're looking again. Throws it up, and he caught it, dropped. Oh. They're going to say it's an incomplete pass. Didn't have it long enough. Nice pass breakup that time. A good job by Petrillo knocking it out.
Xavier Hinton looked like he came down with it, but he lost it pretty quick. And that brings up a 4th down. We had a penalty on the play. It was declined, so it's still going to be 4th down.
So Petrillo, who made the pass breakup, will step back for the punt return. So, again, good stop for St. Mary of the Woods.
You just want to be safe with this return, get the ball back, and possess it for as long as you possibly can.
Down. Pretty good rush. Petrillo with it. Makes one man miss, and there he goes. Down the left sideline. Makes a move. Got another one. Still going, and he's got a chance if he can break that one. Has a really nice tackle that time. Right at about the 25-yard line. But a nice play. 99 for Quincy on the tackle. And that's Caden Buchholz. He makes the nice stop on Petrillo, but Petrillo gets a huge return, and St. Mary of the Woods is in great field position.
Yeah, the special teams battle today has definitely been won by the Pomeroys. I mean, the kick returns, the punt returns, been pretty solid, and Quincy's held their own, but they've come at the wrong times, these big returns against them.
And Petrillo again with a nice play on that one. Here comes St. Mary of the Woods with that trips formation, trying to do something with it. They've got an open area on the right side if they can use it. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He'll gain 3 yards. A nice play that time by Patrick Perea, the running back from Texas. And injured player on the ground. And with that, we'll take a very short break. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know hunting property, and our agents have the skills to close the deal. But what is it that separates us from others? We have field experience. We speak the language. We use targeted marketing. We cast a wide net, and we have local contacts. When it comes to buying or selling your hunting ground, let's just say, we're killing it.
You are watching St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
And we're still making evaluation on the player. Hopefully he's going to be okay as the trainers are down there working on that one. I want to thank our sponsors for today's game, and I didn't get very many reads in, and I'm going to apologize, but A+ Printing, Crane Credit Union, Fearless Designs, a fellowship of Christian athletes, Honey Creek Collision, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Mossy Oak, Serve Pro, and York Automotive. And our transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 6 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. And I will say this, I'm sorry, I love the Mossy Oak commercials, especially the fish one where the guy's spitting out the fish and says, ooh, just like those, always have.
And so they had a little humor to it, yeah. So it's
our camera operators for today's game are Kanan Harper, Nathan Count, and Noah Gastineau. Our technician is Keith Lawson. We're produced and directed by Tony Harper. And again, we're happy that you've joined us here to watch St. Mary of the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network. The Pomeroys have the football 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line. Waiting for this one to run down if they get the clock running, and it is. And so they're going to wait this one out. It's a little tough on the linemen. They're already in their stance. So some of those stances will look pretty bad for about 20 seconds here.
It's good for your quads.
Yeah. It's not good for an old man, I can tell you that. Inside run, they'll put it up for about 2 yards. And again, Quincy trying to rip the ball out, and St. Mary of the Woods just holding on for dear life.
It's Perea once again. Yeah, time of possession, St. Mary of the Woods about 36 minutes to just 16 for Quincy, and they've really done most of that here in the second half. Good work by the Pomeroys.
And again, that clock will run. We're inside 8 minutes, and the Pomeroys are happy to do that. Their defense has played solid today. One of the touchdowns was caused from, we said, a penalty off of a roughing the kicker. Looking for the double slant out, and here comes Toski. Makes the move again. He breaks it. Is he going to run this one? He is, and he gets hogtied there just at about the 22-yard line.
That turned out to be a little less of a disaster than it looked like it might be. He was scaring the daylights out of everybody running back that far, but...
And the clock continues to run because he stayed in bounds. Thought maybe he was going to take a slide there. It's 4th down, and they're going to go for this one. They don't have anything to worry about that way. And with the special teams, you never want to have a mishandled snap or a blocked kick, which could give you a chance to score. And Toski's thrown the ball well at times. He's hit a couple slants for first downs. Let's see if he does this one again. Here comes the slant. He's got him open, but he went for the touchdown on the edge. Missed it. had the slant wide open and just took the shot.
Yeah, that was Mayo coming across the middle, just free and easy, but I don't think Toski saw him there.
Well, he ran a dagger concept, that's what it's called, and he had the man open in the slant and instead wanted to go for the bomb and just missed him on it. That's one of those you talk about your quarterback and say, you know, if you wouldn't be so greedy, we have first down instead of the football. But he took the shot, and you don't say anything bad about that. With this time on the clock, it could have busted the game wide open. 6:49, Quincy with the football, and they desperately need to score to try to get this thing close. They're going to hand the football off on the inside. He picks up a few yards, and he's still driving, and he's going to get about 7, 8, almost 10 yards. We'll see where they mark it. It is a first down.
And if you're St. Mary of the Woods, I mean, you'll take them running all day, but you don't want to be giving up 10 yards a pop.
Well, you don't want to get it up to the 50-yard line or so where they do take a shot. They're happy to let them run it, and they're happy to have them slow it down a little bit here. And they're not running in a NASCAR speed for Quincy. They're kind of slowed it down a little bit. He's going to roll to the side. There comes the blitz. They got him. That's potential face mask on the offense, but that's a really nice play. And St. Mary of the Woods drops him for about a 10-yard loss.
And again, that's DeBrian Bush getting into the backfield. We saw it earlier. He's been back there 2 or 3 times today and really causing some mayhem in the Quincy backfield as that clock keeps ticking away. Under 6 minutes now.
2nd down and 20. And the clock is still running. Looking for the screen. They set it up in the middle. And they had a good tight end screen earlier, but he's not going to gain the first down on that one. He's going to get about 8 yards, 7 yards on the play. They're still behind the chains with 3rd and about 13.
Coach, 2-possession game. You don't pick this up, or you're going for it way back here.
You're going to have to, because with this amount of time, that's just what's going to happen. So this play, they're going to need to pick up about 7 yards. They got people coming in and out, and that clock is still running. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock as they've gone very slowly here in this drive. They're not used to running 2-minute offense, you can tell. All the way down to 1 second. He throws this one's got it. Over the top, incomplete pass.
That almost looked like that could have been caught out there. I think it was number 9, Xavier Carr. Kind of mistimed his jump almost, it looked like, because it was there. It was catchable. It's just he went up after it was over his head.
Now they're going to figure out what they're going to do. Here it comes. It is a 4th down play and 13. They're going for it here. 10 seconds on that play clock. Again, using a lot of time, but this time the clock's not running. They let him up there. They're going to throw it. No. Is he going to run it? He's got a man open. That's a first down. Nice job by, again, Quincy moving on this one. Deuce Alloway hits Cayenne Dune for a first down, and they'll move the chains.
Boy, what a great job of working back to your quarterback and finding a little spot to sit down for the catch. Keeps them alive.
3 receivers, top of the screen. 4 minutes. Closing in on 4 minutes left to go in the game. He's going to run. Nope, they got an actual hold there. It'll move him back 10 yards from the original spot as we have a holding call off the right tackle. I want to thank A-Plus Printing, Crane Credit Union, Fearless Designs, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Honey Creek Collision, Great Dane, the Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Mossy Oak, Surf Pro, and York Automotive.
Still waiting for Tony to get me one of those coffee mugs we see in that Fearless Design commercial. It's pretty sharp.
It is. They look nice. They do good work. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 6 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Setting back, quick screen off to the edge. He caught the football, and he's going to be wrapped up back there.
Oh,
and they also have another hold.
Got a couple guys getting into it down here. Flag flew.
A lot of extracurriculars up front, and there's a hold off the, there's 2 flags on it. Both of them are different as they're going to talk this one through.
A good job by Aaron McClure, though, even though the penalty will change the outcome of the play. He picked up the receiver pretty quick on that one. Been calling his name a lot today.
And we have a hold against the offense. And a personal foul face mask on the defense. Those will offset, and they'll replay the whole thing.
Yeah, that was Donovan Cherry again. That's the second time he's been caught.
So again, another opportunity, but with only 4 minutes left to go here in the 4th period and a 2-touchdown lead for St. Mary of the Woods. If they can just keep it in front and keep tackling in the open field, they'll be fine. Showing the blitz, and here they come. Inside run, he's got a shot up the middle. It was a pretty good run. He picked up about 12 yards, 13 yards on that.
Yeah, C.J. Jackson on the run up the middle. He's done the heavy lifting on the ground for the most part for Quincy today as they get to midfield now with only about 3.5 minutes left.
2nd and 7. Pump. They're going to throw the quick screen. He dropped the football.
Xavier Carr once again having some struggles out there on the far side.
Now, the easy one is to throw that hitch, and then it's a fake hitch, and they'll chuck that thing over your head if you're not watching it correctly. So we'll see what's going to happen here.
Alloway just 8 of 22 passing now on the day.
And here comes the counter play. They got him running up the middle again. He's close to the first down, but he's short. It'll bring up 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
At some point, the tempo's got to pick up, right?
It's supposed to, but it doesn't look like it's picking up very much.
3 minutes left. Quincy showing no signs of speeding this up.
And St. Mary of the Woods is comfortable allowing them to run the football a little bit on the inside.
No, absolutely. You'll give up 5, 6 a pop if they're going to let that clock run.
And the game is quickly getting out of hand for Quincy. Very slow running plays. They throw the hitch and he catches it. That's a first down. It'll only stop the clock for about 10 seconds, and then it'll continue to run. 2:30 left to go in the ball game.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy with that. Carter McKee out there with the tackle, a solid tackle. The clock keeps running.
Pump, they throw it out there and throws it over his head again. And they're continuing to run those little, when I say that, those little hitch screens out there, little bubble screen. But I'm surprised they haven't taken the shot. They've got to take a shot, and they haven't taken one.
No, they haven't, and honestly, he's not been very accurate on these throws here recently to these screens. Either over their heads or behind them most of the time.
And St. Mary of the Woods has done a nice job in putting pressure on the quarterback on a continual basis here. And they're looking to show blitz. They do. They bring 1, 2 off the edge. Almost, and it's a great defensive play right there. Number 4 with Kerry Lacey from Midlothian, Texas with the breakup.
Yeah, he got his eyes on that one and almost beat him to the punch. Not quite. Down to 2:12 left, 3rd and 10. And Quincy with absolutely no urgency whatsoever.
Don't be surprised if these two teams meet up again in the tournament later on.
Oh.
Fumbled the ball, and he still maintained it, but the clock is going to run.
So we've got another
down.
Fourth down, and this one pretty much call the ball game if they don't get it, I think. So
you ought to be able to kneel the football and get it out of here.
Quincy 40% on fourth downs this year coming into today. But this one's a little extra, 10 yards to go to keep this one alive for the Hawks.
Fourth down, the fans are up. They may run out of the play clock here in just a second. They snap it with one. Looking to throw, he's got a little pass off the edge, and they haul him down. It'll be a turnover on down. St. Mary of the Woods will have the football and the ball game. So a very nice job for the Pomeroys today. They just continually kept the pressure on and defensively played one whale of a game. One score for Quincy was off of a basic, and I'm going to say a really rough penalty. They got the ball inside the 10 and punched it in. The other one was off of the first drive of the second half. But other than that, the defense has not faltered at all. They've played very, very good football today.
Now, I was a little worried after the opening drive of the second half. I'll tell you what, they collected themselves in a really good way, got back to playing Pomeroy football and what we expected when we came into today, and they were able to take control of this one. What a big win after getting knocked off here at home last time out, especially.
Well, again, that pretty much puts St. Mary of the Woods with a chance to move into that tournament semifinal. And hopefully they continue to win, and we have a chance to bring you that one on Indiana Sports Network. We're going to run it a little bit, but there's a timeout as Quincy's going to use them.
Another player down.
And we'll take a short break. You're watching Indiana Sports Network. And player down on that one was number 7. That's Peyton Emberton. And he's being checked out over there. He says, yeah, I'm all right. Come on, let me alone.
So now pretty good day here so far for St. Mary's. Their upcoming schedule, you look at it, they're at Walsh next week and then at Midway to round out the regular season on the 4th of November.
Gotta love those 6 or 7 hour bus trips, and that's what it's going to be. I've been to Walsh many times.
Have you? Say, Quincy, I think it's about a 4-hour trip from here.
Yep, if you're playing Walsh, it's about 6 from here. First down.
Walsh 1-3 on the season, so is Midway, so 2 winnable games there for the Pomeroys to round out the regular season. And as you mentioned, we'll see him back here in tournament play.
Yeah, a quick timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At ServPro, we offer cleaning services, including the removal of biohazard containments. We have the specialized training and products to get your property back to business. We are here to help get your business back to normal. ServPro in the Wabash Valley, here to help.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
And they'll take the knee on that one, and ball game is effectively over, and they took the other timeout. 49 seconds they took the timeout, and we'll keep that one here. But we were talking a little earlier. Yeah, Walsh is a hall. That's over in Canton, Ohio, if you didn't know where Walsh is. And spent some time over there. My son coached at Walsh with their Division II team. because they have two teams. And again, they used to play their games in the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, but they built a brand new stadium on campus, and that's where both of their teams play. And they actually have an interesting area there. Again, couple kneels, and we'll see what's going on with this one. Clock's running, and have to run another play. So we're inside the 40-second mark. All I have to do is take one more snap, and then game's over. So they used all their timeouts, but effectively weren't able to use them in an effective manner to do anything and change the outcome of the game. St. Mary the Woods goes to 4-1 in conference play, and they continue their assault on the rest of the conference. Again, Walsh coming up, and that's a haul away. And with that, we'll take a very short break. We'll come right back, and we will talk about this one, get ready for the rest of the Pomeroy schedule, and we'll do it.
When you're buying a car, getting a mortgage for your dream home, taking out a personal loan, or growing your small business, you know exactly what you need. At Crane Credit Union, our personal banking experience can help you get there. We are here to make your life easier so you can focus on what really matters. Visit cranecu.org to see how we can help you reach your goals. Crane Cares, Crane Credit Union, committed to investing in you and your community.
You are watching St. Mary the Woods Sprint Football on Indiana Sports Network.
And again, a huge win for St. Mary the Woods as they're able to take care of a pretty quality Quincy Hawk team. A lot of turnovers in that second period, but it hit the second half, and it was good football for both these teams.
Yeah, it was Pomeroy time in the second half. After that opening drive, they took complete control of this one. The defense stood really strong, and they were able to just ground and pound this thing all the way to the end.
And by doing that, again, a 4-1 record. We'll wait and see what the rest of the conference ends up. But again, they maintain their a 3-1 team. If they take care of that one, they'll be assured of hosting a game in the tournament, conference tournament playoff, and we would be able to show you that one here on Indiana Sports Network as well. And still, Bellarmine has some problems coming up. And when I say that, they have a couple teams that could beat them. So we'll just have to see how that one would work as well.
Yeah, I mean, Bellarmine, you know, St. Mary the Woods proved today even the best teams can have some down moments, and anybody can jump on them. Bellarmine went to the wire with St. Mary's, and St. Mary's in a lot of respects could have won that game.
Very easy. They could have gone either way, went double overtime, and again, a fumble on the first overtime at the 1-yard line really cost St. Mary the Woods the victory. And you know, you gotta say this is what happens in football. Sprint football, just real quick, back and forth. A lot of really quality athletes. The speed of this game compared to some of the others that I get to do, whether it's in college at you know, any different level, or whether I see them in a high school uniform, the speed here is tremendous. This great football atmosphere. St. Mary the Woods is having a great time with it. They bring in a lot of players. You don't see players from just the Wabash Valley, although there's 24 in the roster this year. Players coming from all over Texas, Alabama, you know, just Florida, everywhere, Hawaii. You know, you got players coming all over to St. Mary the Woods because it's beautiful here. We love to do ball games here. Stats for this one, again, St. Mary the Woods pretty much dominating what's going on if we look statistically at what's happening with this one. But, you know, Deuce Quincy had 148 yards passing of 10 of 27. Jeremiah Toski, 10 of 21 for 80 yards. But the big key was just defensively for St. Mary the Woods. You can look at statistics all you want, but the defense for the Woods played it out today. They did a great job.
I think they're the one unit that calmed down. And, you know, the St. Mary's offense, all they had to do was run the ball. They were doing a pretty good job of it. They ended up like 176 yards rushing today, so took care of business. But that defensive unit had a little letdown, but then they gathered themselves and were able to stand strong. The silly mistakes stopped, and they were able to get back to playing St. Mary's football, and that's winning ball games.
Well, the Pomeroys are getting better. Just about tournament time. That's what you want to see, and great opportunity. Troy, it was great having you broadcast with me again. I haven't seen you for a while. I did see you up in the booth one time.
Well, you're busy during the high school season, but no, we finally got to call one of yours last week. That was fun. Glad you guys put the whooping on Park Heritage up there, and now we'll hopefully get to see you during basketball season a few times.
We will. It's a great opportunity. Great to be here at St. Mary of the Woods, and we'll be back for more action, both on the hardwood and later on here, hopefully in playoff time for the Pomeroys. We'll say so long for this afternoon. Again, Pomeroys win 28-14.
You are watching the Indiana Sports Network Game of the Week. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.